Hi everybody, Zach here for another episode of our flagship program, the Spidey-Dude Experience. This episode is brought to you by our loyal patrons over at patreon.com/SpideyDude Network. Pledge today and get both early access to content on the main channel, as well as entirely exclusive content, like brand new shows and commentaries for old Spidey stuff, including commentaries for the MTV series, for example, as well as the video editions for Voices from the Area Gargoyles podcast. And our Patreon first show focused on the Krakoan era of X-Men. We also want to encourage you to check out our other programs that are all available on Audio Edition. These are all over on Spidey-Dude.com, and they're available on your favorite podcasting app. Shows like Clone Saga Chronicles, the show that started this entire network, Spectacular Radio, Spectacular Sal Buscema era podcast, Amazing Spider-Man Classics, the Slot Symposium, and the sister program on this channel, Make Mine Mayday. As always, be sure to hit the like button. It really does help us big time in the algorithm. And additionally, if you have topics you'd like to cover on a live show or in a recorded medium, make sure to leave a comment down below the description or shoot us an email at SpideyDudeRadioNetwork@gmail.com. Finally, make sure to join our community. Be alerted to all new updates by hitting that subscribe button and clicking on the bell. But to be clear, your viewership is more than enough for us. And if you want to hang out with us off YouTube, you can always go to our Discord, where we have all sorts of fun stuff, or you can join us on our social medias and follow us there. All the links are down in the description below. As always, we want to be making some references to visual aids and or live comments. If you're an audio listener, pay that no mind, but leave that 5-star review for us. Any and all feedback we will read on future episodes. Thank you, and without further ado, let's get rolling with this episode of the Spidey-Dude Experience. All right, hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Spidey-Dude Experience. This is a bit of a different night. We were going to actually do this next week, but as of this recording, some major breaking news occurred, so we had to, I felt like we needed to talk about it tonight while the iron is hot. So, as always, I am joined by the stalwart of the show. He is Adam. Hello, Adam.
Hello, Zach.
And also joining us live, gracing himself once again with the news topics, is the grumpy old man himself, Walter.
What's up? Got some good news today, didn't we?
It's interesting news.
It's interesting news. I don't know if it's good news yet. All right, so
we'll see if it's good news. We got like a year plus to know if it's good news, really.
So, yeah. All right, well, let's talk. So, in this episode, we're going to be previewing Brand New Day. We're going to be previewing, talking about San Diego Comic-Con. But obviously, the news that really just kind of sucked the air out of the room today was from The Hollywood Reporter. Today, they had the exclusive where, Marvel Comics, pulling it up right now, is leaving New York City. And this is a bombshell report. We'll put the link in the description, of course. But yeah, the Disney-owned publisher is getting a new editor-in-chief, and 100+ employees are leaving New York and being asked to relocate to Burbank, California by next July. The new editor-in-chief, Stephen Wacker. Stephen Wacker used to be the editor-in-chief of He used to be the editor of 52 before moving on to Marvel to helm the 3 times a month Brand New Day era. That's why on Twitter I wrote, "It's a brand new day for Marvel in more ways than one." Cebulski is not going completely away. He's going back to Asia, which is hilarious considering what happened with his prior history when it comes to Asia.
I can't wait till Asia's new album comes out.
Jeez.
Yeah, so this was a... I don't know
if the audience is going to know anything about that, Walter.
Hey, I'm a product of the fucking... Sorry. Okay, there goes my one. Of the 80s.
5 minutes in! Good God.
I think it's fine.
Well, maybe Stephen Wacker will feel the heat of the moment.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
I've been working on my dad jokes. I can't.
Yeah, the thing is I'm the only one that got that one. I don't even think Adam that went over Adam's head.
No, I know the song. I know the
Okay,
song.
all right. But anyway, so very interesting because the Asian originals is going to be basically the company's push into manga. Cebulski had done some of that, obviously, with his prior history, but also done it while he was editor-in-chief. He took over in 2017, and so nearly 9 years later, Cebulski is now out. Stephen Wacker is back. Gentlemen, Adam, we'll start with your thoughts on this.
Okay, I'll mute so I don't interrupt Adam.
I mean, I don't really have many. It's surprising. We've been wanting some kind of. I think I'm hoping change is good here. It feels like them moving to LA was just a matter of time. Consolidation, have everything. Disney's there, so like, and they seem to want to have more input in the comics now, so it just makes sense. There's a lot of history in New York, obviously, but I don't know. This feels like it's been a long time coming. Wacker being back, I mean, he knows the company. And he's worked in the comics, he's worked in animation and some other, TV stuff for them, and I don't know, we'll see how it goes.
Walter?
It just depends on which Steve Wacker we're going to get. Are we going to get the 52 Steve Wacker who took chances and broke new ground in comics? Or are we going to get the brand new day Steve Wacker who was always defensive and didn't appreciate fan criticism? That's my only thought about Steve Wacker becoming editor-in-chief. It could be a good thing. It could be a bad thing, or it could be the same thing that it's been going on for the last, almost 20 years. And
yeah, it's basically been 20 years.
Yeah, so
20 years later, Steve Wacker is back.
Yeah, it's the thing that with them moving to Burbank, is anybody surprised by it? Same thing that DC did.
Yeah.
I think the only people are not too happy to people who actually like to live in New York. I don't know why.
Well, and I was talking with friend of the show, Neil, who is the one that told me. He literally called me middle of the day and said, "Dude, guess
Zach,
what?
turn the TV on," is what he said.
You won't believe a disaster happened. Steve Wacker is coming back to Marvel.
Almost exact words were, "Dude, Cebulski is out." I was like, "Oh." He's like, "And guess who's coming back? Or guess who's taking over?" And I was like, "Okay, who?" And he goes, "Stephen Wacker." And I went, "What?" He's like, "Are you having a stroke?" Okay. Here's the thing.
I mean, Neil blew a chance to really freak you out. Who's coming back as editor-in-chief? Dan Slott.
Well, no. One, Dan has no editorial experience.
He can't do as bad as the other ones I have.
That. But I'm going to say this: the fact is, and if you're watching us live, comment and we'll throw them up on the screen here in a minute. We'll get you guys' comments. My thought is this: because of his experience working not only in the comics but in the animation side, Brad Windenbaum, who is now has been in charge of Marvel, is basically,
guys. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I'll be right back.
Sure. He's the one that took over basically control of Marvel. This consolidation has been really occurring for the last 9 months when they had the latest round of layoffs and the restructuring. Because he has the experience working on the television and comics side, having somebody like that working directly under him, I think will allow the comics to you know, there's been this, you know, doom and gloom a little bit online about, are they just going to shut down the comics? This kind of proves to me that Disney is serious about it with their commitment to maintaining and continuing the publishing of the comics. This has been a slow dismantling for a number of years. And I think what people don't really understand is when they stopped self-publishing and on the distribution side, and they licensed it out, right, to Penguin House. That was a big component of New York. Really, it's going to be interesting to see who is going to make the transition. It is very difficult for these 100 employees because they're going to have to make a really big decision. Are they going to stay? Are they going to stay with Marvel?
I think a lot of the editorial assistants, probably a good amount, probably won't go. Who knows if Lowe or Brevoort will go?
Those
are the big ones, basically.
Yeah, but I discussed this a little bit with Neil earlier. I mean, Brevoort's pretty long in the tooth. However, this is also kind of what he has wanted to happen and been pushing for for a number of years since the Disney acquisition. So in cases like this, there will be a relocation package. The fact that they're announcing this basically a year in advance. And the other thing that I think is discussed more in the Hollywood Reporter article is that the decision's been a long time coming. The current office lease on its Avenue of the Americas location is set to expire next year. It was either they're going to stay in the location they were at or sign another long-term lease. What I anticipate happening, and I'm not going to try to get into the politics of it, but what I can also foresee reasoning is inevitably corporate taxes are going to go up in New York City, thanks to the changes that they're trying to make. And that cost is going to be passed to the tenants in those commercial buildings. So inevitably, the cost of being in New York is going to go up for companies that are in New York and on expiring leases. That's just the nature of the business. Putting everybody under the same roof in Burbank makes all the sense in the world. But there is a piece of comics Americana being lost by moving to the West Coast.
I mean, hasn't Marvel been, well, it started as Timely. Timely has been
90 years.
Marvel was
1938.
Sorry, I was close. I said 1940. Stop giving the old man crap there, Zach.
It was 38 because it started at the same time as DC. But
for a while there, if you remember, I'm sorry to interrupt, but the history of Marvel being in New York, they used to get tours of Marvel in New York all the time. And it's like Marvel Comics in New York was iconic.
And they've moved around New York a number of times. They were on Fifth Avenue at one point during the 90s. Got out of there, moved to their current location, I think another 10, 15 years ago. They were on 42nd Street and that's what it says in the article here, during the Lee Ramita days. It is sad.
Yeah.
It's a sad moment for...
You could point to this like an end of an era type moment as far as in comic books. I mean, DC was in New York. Now they're in Burbank. Now Marvel's leaving New York and they're moving to Burbank. It's who's going to go? I mean, I heard you bring up Loeb, Brevoort. I'm going to be honest. If like some people don't want to go, maybe that's a good thing because it will bring some fresh blood into Marvel Comics. Let's be honest, the talent pool in Marvel Comics has gotten stagnant for a little while.
Well, and this is also a discussion that I think we'll eventually have now that Cebulski's tenure is officially done, of doing like a post-mortem. of his tenure. I mean, he gets he's getting credit from the publications about things like the Krakoan era of X-Men Ultimate. And while that may be true, I think what we've seen is there's been a big changing of the guard in the last calendar year at Marvel by getting rid of a lot of the people that they have with the layoffs that they did earlier this year. Getting rid of guys like David Gabriel, who had been with the company a number of years. I know a lot of people are thinking that Brevoort, he is closer to retirement than he's not, right? What I do hope is that there'll be some elevation of some of the younger editorial talent. I think Wacker did try to do that with people like Ellie Pyle during his tenure. Steve Brennan also was a guy that he tried to elevate. So I do see some younger talent coming through, and I do see the changes are not going to be overnight. And I think we've got a year more or less before we can or 6 months at least before we start seeing a lot of the changes. Them putting this out the week before Comic-Con, I think also is a little bit telling, because now this makes the next big thing panel that much more interesting. Because
do you really think they're going to talk about it at Comic-Con, to be honest with you? I mean, they were
by putting it
the
out,
movies.
By putting it out this week, it's the exact same strategy they've done over the years. In 2011, when I went, the week before Comic-Con, DC announces the New 52, and that's all DC talked about that entire convention. And considering buzz has been a problem at Marvel for the last year, the absolute line right now in terms of critical acclaim is it's the thing right now. By saying we're making these wholesale changes. Now, I am going to be fascinated if Wacker's there at San Diego this year. We know that
the article says he's going to be there.
We know that they're not doing a Spider-Man panel this year, which I used to make the joke that it was shit that Steve Wacker edited. That's really what the Spidey panel was.
No, it's
probably
at the low edits.
Yeah, and then it became shit the low edits. Because
they're gonna talk about 1000 at the next big thing panel.
Obviously, I mean that's going to be a big component.
The big things this year are that and then a lot of Marvel Rivals stuff. They're doing an Armageddon panel, and they're doing a Midnight panel.
Yeah, the Midnight's going to be the big thing.
Those are the two big things right now: Armageddon, the new event, and Midnight coming soon. And then they've got a lot of Marvel Rivals stuff. They got the Hall H panel for the movies, obviously, and they've got a Wolverine and Tokon Fighting Souls.
It sounds like a bunch of video game panels going.
Yeah,
on.
it is honestly.
Well,
yeah,
the Wolverine one is for the Insomniac Wolverine game.
Yeah. Well, but the problem I'm pointing out here, where are the comic book panels?
Well, they got
the 1000 Spider-Man panel. I get that.
Well, they're doing that in the next. See, that's the thing. They kind of consolidated it into into the next big thing.
Mm-hmm. But it's like I said. I mean, there was a time when you hear Comic-Con, a lot of people go there to learn more about comics, trading comics. Now it's come more about movies and video games. Grants, California, but it's the comics.
It's pop culture con. It's not Comic-Con anymore.
No,
it's San Diego Pop Culture Con.
But my point being is, the comic book divisions of these companies need to step up. They need to say, okay, we need to actually have something that people will create a buzz about. The only buzz going around about Marvel right now is issue 1000 Spider-Man. There's no buzz about any of the real characters, other than the fact of the new skin for Captain America. Dear God, he's got some junk on him.
Yeah.
But there's no real buzz about the comic books.
So, like I see, to me, and this is where I think it's a bit of a resetting. Honestly, the next big thing panel always became the spot where Cebulski would speak to the fans. So I think that's it's going to be very interesting to see how that panel plays out over the next week. And here's the thing, and I feel like we do I do have to at least acknowledge, for those that don't know, I never had run-ins personally with Steve Wacker.
Oh, you're missing out. Trust me, you're missing out.
I know Walter did. I know Gerard did. People on the network certainly had run-ins with Steve Wacker. And Crawl Space definitely had run-ins with Steve Wacker. Steve would come in to those reviews and just completely not even like it was never intentional. But inevitably, he would sit there and he would pick something out from the criticism that was being made, and it would turn into a flame war.
Well, Steve Wacker knows how to play to the crowd.
Oh, he does. Oh, and he listened. I mean,
he loved it. He lived in it.
He relished a little bit of the trolling. I mean, I remember when we were at San Diego in 2011, we were talking to him a little bit. And we were like, will you hold the sign? And he then held it upside down and did like a kissy face for the picture. He played it up. That group took him more seriously than he ever took them. And I can say that now as an adult.
Well, I can say about Steve Wacker, he was a troll. As compared to how Dan Slott took criticism, Dan got combative. Wacker was more along the lines, I'm going to just sit here and F with you all day long because it puts a smile on my face. That's all I got.
because look, at the end of the day, he was a fan too, right? Mm-hmm. I think he took some joy and twisting of the knife a little bit.
Oh, well, excuse me for 1 minute, Zach. I got sent a message to Mr. Wacker, and this is something personal between me and him. Where's my damn dog for Peter Parker? You promised me that about 15, 20 years ago. You said you were going to give that guy a dog. You told me you're going to give him a dog. I have yet to see a damn dog in the fucking comics.
We got kind of close with God. I mean, that was probably the closest thing to Peter Parker having a pet.
Yeah,
was Gog, and then he bummed him off on Randy, and then Randy, I guess, took him to the nearest Humane Society because we haven't seen him since.
Gog steaks. He went to the Gog glue factory.
Oh, no. or they maybe sent him home. Somebody's writing that story as we speak. But no, I look. on certain things, that man kept the trains running on time. The fact that he was able to successfully publish 52 for 52 consecutive weeks at DC, come to Marvel and do Amazing Spider-Man 3 times a month while editing other books like Daredevil and Captain Marvel and Ms. Marvel, much of which under his stewardship as editor, we've now seen a lot of that on screen, making Carol Captain Marvel, bringing in Kamala Khan. I know people aren't going to like it, right? Especially on the right of comics Twitter, but a lot of the successful translations from the page started with Steve Wacker as editor. I did see Gail Simone react today.
Yeah,
I thought her post was nice.
Paul Jenkins commented on that post, and he seemed positive about it.
Yeah, I think
Do
those
you
that
really
were-
I'm gonna be honest, guys. Do you really think anybody who works in the comic field is going to say anything bad about the new editor in chief of Marvel
No.
Comics?
no, but
JMD was also positive about it because he said that he's only had good experiences with Wacker. So
yeah,
Well,
and
it's-
from what I've been told, and from the people that I've talked to, I don't think anybody ever had a bad experience with Steve, and I think he was
No.
also somebody that was willing. And this is what I liked about the Gail Simone post, is that he pushed his writers to be better.
right, yeah,
I mean, if he takes the Jim Shooter philosophy, write good stories, and that's when Steve Wacker was announced as editor of Spider-Man. I was kind of excited because his new 52 run, he took major risk in the new 52 run. He introduced characters, he killed characters that were only like 2 or 3 issues long, but the stories were really good. And that's why, like, during the brand new day era of Spider-Man, I was a little disappointed because in my opinion, it's just my opinion, the stories weren't that good. They weren't that compelling. But then again, they had like 4 freaking writers on that one.
You
Yep.
you also had a lot of writers on 52, but here's where I'm gonna probably shock you, Walter.
Oh dear, you're a Bears fan.
No, but in the same way he took risk with 52, he took risk with Brand New Day. Think about it. He brought in a bunch of fresh talent that had never worked on Spider-Man before. I mean, outside of Roger Stern, every single one of those writers were fresh.
Wells,
He
he did a little bit.
Yeah,
It's
Wells
a
had his team.
slot in Spider-Man Human Torch story.
Yeah, but okay,
Scott hadn't done anything substantial like that. I mean, it was just like that miniseries.
Let's be real. Neither had Wells. Wells had written about 9 issues of freaking Peter Parker Spider-Man, and that was it. So again, these are guys that had just kind of started writing Spider-Man or had never written Spider-Man before, in Bob Gale or Mark Guggenheim, and then eventually they brought in Mark Waid, who had really never wrote Spider-Man. Fred Van Lente. So a lot of these guys that were fresh talent, whether I liked what they did or not, he did bring in fresh talent. And I think if you look at it from a holistic standpoint, regardless of the quality, he was willing to bring in like new people. And I think that's something that also I feel like I'm going to turn this down because I realized how shiny I was looking right there.
You always do look shiny.
Shut up. But he was willing to bring in fresh talent. And I think that's something that we really desperately need. It's not just in... And Cebulski was bringing in a fresh talent. The problem is that he was bringing fresh talent for us Spider-Man fans. He wasn't bringing fresh talent into the Spider-Man line.
He does a lot of the thing was I think Cebulski's thing has always been kind of more like on the art side, like looking for artists, because they were in the article they talk about they're like, oh well, he got Laraz and Peach Momoko and did it say Kaketo? I don't know. I'd have to look at that, but a lot of it's like it looks like he's looking for artists.
Yeah,
and it's like but because he's doing mostly like international stuff, and that's where they're getting a lot of artists from. So it's like okay.
Well, and that's the other thing. They kind of came in and were like, okay, back in the day, everybody was in the tri-state area. Now everybody's worldwide. They're not living in the tri-state area.
Yeah,
everybody communicates via email.
Yeah.
So you don't have to be in that area, but so I brought up DeMatteis' post. He says the word is out via Hollywood Report that Marvel Comics is leaving New York and moving to LA. Back in the 80s and 90s, a trip to Marvel offices usually meant that he would be spending the entire day there, not just discussing work with his editors, but catching up on lives, discussing life, the universe, and everything with the extraordinary editorial staff that included Danny Fingeroff, Tom DeFalco, Mark Grunwald, Mike Carlin, Bob Ulinsky, Carl Potts, and Nassetti, and many more. These folks weren't just my editors, they were friends, and the Marvel office was kind of a home away from home. That was true of this distinguished competition. He'd often spend one day at Marvel and then another at DC, and the different faces and the same vibe. Those were places were a place to work, but they were also places to hang out, meet up with fellow freelancers, goof around, and share ideas. So much history, so many wonderful memories. Knowing both companies are gone from New York makes him sad. He's still working with Marvel all these years later. The current staff is talented, group of good people, and he sends them all his very best as they wrestle with tough decisions the months ahead. Calling something the end of an era is a tired cliche, but in this case, it is justified. Comic books in New York City have been synonymous since the dawn of the industry, but not anymore. So, it's a... of course.
Most of these meetings take place on Zoom calls now.
Well, yeah, now they do, because that's the thing. Like that hasn't
Microsoft
been. And I was reading, I was reading some comments, and it's like, yeah, like really post 2000s, like they're just not. They just don't do that, and there's not a lot of big meetings at the offices anymore.
Well,
it makes sense, like everyone's like cross country or like in another country and.
Yeah, the whole back in my day shtick. It did. I mean, yeah, I'm going to. I mean, yeah, look at my name. Okay, something is lost with that, especially I would say with creative people not actually being in like physical proximity of other creative people,
sure,
face to face, and now they're doing it on Zoom calls. When like right now. Zach can mute me if he really wanted to, which I'm surprised he hasn't yet. And a certain little anti-social thing has come here where a lot of people in the world of business don't really see each other face to face. It's all through the internet now. And something's kind of lost with that. I think creatively even though Marvel is moving out of New York, quote unquote, we're talking about upper management here. We're not talking about the artists and the writers. Okay, we're talking about your editors and all that. They're leaving New York.
The staff, the people that get paid a living wage, basically.
Yeah, I mean, because when people read Marvel's leaving New York, they're thinking, oh, the writers and the artists are leaving. No, it's just the upper management.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's the people that actually work in the building, which is just Lowe and Brevoort and all the assistant editors. And
put it this way, the janitor is not going to California.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, and
maybe.
Let's be real. Nowadays, you have cleaning services that you hire. You don't hire the janitor anymore. You hire a third party to do it.
Well, back in my day, we had janitors.
There was a guy,
or what they do is the cleaning crew is a part of the building, and that's what they get as part of the budget for renting the building. I mean, raise your hand if you actually worked in high-rise office buildings in the last 10 years.
Exactly. Those people are called janitors. Okay, they're called janitors. They're not called the cleaning crew. People say
they are called. What was it called? That's what he made it.
Custodians.
Not just custodians, but it was something else like environmental.
That guy.
Yeah, I mean, somebody with a PhD in literature decided to come up with a new name.
I also want to kind of put a quash on something that's probably going to happen. Oh, Marvel is moving to Burbank, so that means that they're going to be having more influences over the movies. No, they're not.
No, what's going to happen is it's going to be more corporate synergy. I mean,
yeah, it's more corporate oversight because that's where Disney's headquartered over, and now these upper management will have to deal with their boss on a more personal level than compared to being in New York.
Well, so here, let me quickly read, quoting from the Hollywood Reporter, the full memo to the staff. Team, we just wrapped a town hall with a team of New York and wanted to share some important Marvel comics and franchise news with everyone.
Hold on for a minute. Hold on. I never liked getting the emails that started with team. I was like, oh, dear God, this is all bad news.
Strap in.
Strap in. And don't be bent over that table anytime soon.
Welcome to your corporate overlords. Hello, team. All right. As we look towards the future, we've made the decision to relocate the comics and franchise division to Marvel Central headquarters in Burbank, California. This move will position the team outside of our broader creative organization and create opportunities for collaboration across both Marvel and Disney. Our goal is simple: to continue to make the best comic books in the business. Bringing our comics, film, television, and other creative teams together will help us learn from one another, collaborate, and build on the strengths that make Marvel the true house of ideas. New York has played a huge part in who Marvel is as a company and in the pages of our comics. While our network of writers and artists is now an international operation, New York is still woven into our DNA, and that will never change. Our colleagues in New York have helped shape generations of stories and characters, and their contributions to Marvel's legacy can't not be overstated. We sincerely hope that they choose to continue the journey with us in California. We are committed to supporting every affected employee throughout this transition, which will take place over the next 12 months. We also announced today that Stephen Wacker has been named Marvel Comics' new editor-in-chief. Many of you know Stephen from his years at Marvel between 2006 and 2022. He is a tremendous editor, a passionate advocate for creators, and someone who deeply understands that Marvel Comics is the source code for our entire enterprise. Stephen will be at SDCC and will officially join us in Burbank the week of July 27th before spending time in New York the first week of August. We're excited for everyone who doesn't know him to get to know him. At the same time, longtime editor-in-chief CB Cebulski will be stepping into a new role overseeing APAC originated graphic fiction and manga based in Japan. This opportunity reflects both CB's passion for the medium and the tremendous potential we see in that space. We're deeply grateful for his leadership, partnership, and stewardship of the Marvel line over the last decade, and we are fortunate to have him spearheading this new endeavor for us. We know this has been a year of significant change for Marvel through all of it. This team has continued to show up with creativity, resilience, and an unwavering commitment to great storytelling. That commitment is the foundation of everything we do, and it's what will carry us into this next chapter. For our New York colleagues, we'll be sharing additional details very soon, and we're available to answer questions and support you through the transition. Thank you for everything you do for Marvel and for the fans we serve. Brad and David.
Is it sad that Memo is written better than most of the comics that recently came out?
Damn.
It was probably put through ChatGPT.
It was a joke. That was a joke. Okay.
That's a joke. That's a joke. It was probably. I mean, it might have been used to it.
But you know,
Vinkman has a couple of comments.
Walter
was back in your day around the time you used to hunt for mastodons.
No, they were T-Rexes, people. They were T-Rexes.
Okay, all right. No, I mean, you are the one that's literally got the floating. Every time you speak, you got the old man with his cane. Like you are playing into the stereotype.
I know this is my brand now. Okay,
for the brand, buddy. For the brand.
Yeah, I gotta stay on brand. You know.
So, yeah, he also look. I mean, he Wacker touched a lot of. Touched a lot of points.
I was worried about what you were going to say. I mean, he touched a lot. I'm like, what are you going to say here?
I mean, he touched the comics, he touched the television and digital media division. So he had. I think
he knows the company. He makes sense as you know.
Yeah, as far as Steve Wacker being editor-in-chief, it makes sense. He's been around the product. He's very well of the multimedia aspect of it, the movies, animation, TV. Him, I would see as a good move overall as far as how to marry all these things together and kind of keep it smooth. But
keep going.
But at the same time, I hope, and it's a small hope, that Steve Wacker goes, you know what, we got to bring comics back to the point where they're no longer being based off of what's going on in the movies, but maybe help the movies go, okay, what's going on with the comics that people are liking? Let's try to incorporate that into these films. Because when Marvel MCU was kicking off on all cylinders, they were kind of adapting classic stories. And then the comics kind of shifted their focus. Oh, this villain's going to be in the Spider-Man, or this villain is going to be in the Avengers. We got to get them into the comics. that's why I think comics has been suffering. It's the same with DC, it's the same with Marvel.
Well, here's the thing: DC's problem, and Supergirl notwithstanding, because everybody that's sitting there just bemoaning that
I like Supergirl. I don't know what people's problems are.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was not bad. Like it's good. It's not like mind blowing, but it's it's a fine movie. It's not like, oh wow, but it's like, oh, this is it was pretty good.
Me,
like, I don't know.
what I've heard is it's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's not like
I think people will like it. I think people will be kinder to it in the future.
It's one of those things that I feel like
and stuff.
I think people just want to hate it. Okay, that's
okay, and let's be real. The comments that the actress made before the film just kind of make you roll your eyes. But at this point, it's like that should be baked into the cake. At this point, just judge it for what it is. Like there is so many people that are just shit talking the Odyssey, and I already know that movie is going to probably make up $500 million easy, if not $1 billion at the box office, because like a lot of people have been looking forward to Nolan's take on the Odyssey.
And Nolan's great. Nolan's got a great comeback. He's like, well, I was doing Batman for 10 years, so that kind of stuff doesn't faze me.
I mean, the thing is like anytime you see reviews prior to something coming out, I always just like, I see the title, oh, such and such is going to suck, or this comic is going to do this, that, and other thing. I don't even watch it. It's like, I already know what you're going to say. You haven't even read the book. You haven't seen the movie yet.
It's all bait. Like,
it's all like
100%.
Just watch the damn thing.
Yeah.
That's honestly, and I used to participate in this when I was at that one place.
Really? I wouldn't know.
and now as I've gotten older, I'm gonna judge it by me watching it. I'm really excited about Brand New Day.
It's like,
I'm keeping it at an arm's length, but I'm excited about it. I think.
Like I'm trying not to get like overly excited about it, but there's a lot to like about what I've seen thus far with Brand New Day. I am a little worried.
There's a Spider-Man movie made by Marvel, which I don't like at all.
No, listen, this is like.
Well, I'm kind of I'm put it this way. I'm gonna wait for your review, Zach, because I know you've been pretty high on the Marvel Spider-Man stuff, and this is going to be a different version of that. And I'm gonna wait for your review before I actually decide whether I go see it. Okay, guys, the only movie, if you want to get that, of the Marvel Spider-Man I watched was the last 40 minutes of No Way Home. All three Spider-Man were there. I didn't care about the rest of it. I just want to see all three Spider-Man. I literally jumped to that part.
Look, here's the thing. The fact that we, for the most part, Marvel, especially in phases 4, 5, 6, have really gone into like the last 15 years of Marvel publishing, and that's where they've been mining primarily from.
Yeah.
Well,
they've been doing like the last 20 years, almost since the beginning. Like,
yeah, I mean, things like Civil War.
The Iron Man stuff is pretty modern. Civil War, Winter Soldier.
So a lot. I mean, it's not like it hasn't.
They took the Age of Ultron name just because it sounded good.
Yeah, that's something cool, man. Let's use that.
Well, let's be real. But the actual comic Age of Ultron was a nothing burger that took entirely too long to come out.
They're taking Brand New Day for this new Spidey movie because it's, perfect just as a, title for it. Because they seem to be afraid of doing using numbers now for a lot of stuff. So, you need a secondary title.
Which is weird because really let's be real. Spider-Man's also going to do $1 billion at the box office.
Oh yeah, that's in the bank, man.
That's a given. Okay.
It's been a license. Listen,
it could be just a movie with the action figure going back and forth, and it's going to do $1 billion.
If it doesn't make $1 billion, which is unlikely, it's going to do enough that everyone's going to be happy with its performance.
I mean, yeah, I think there's a lot of people that are excited and interested in this movie.
Yeah.
I think
The
the
weight
trailer,
has helped with that, I think, too.
yeah.
But
yeah.
that being said, they need to do a sequel like within the next 2 years, I would say.
I have a feeling, and this is just there's nothing
I got a
to
feeling.
there's nothing to tell me that this is going to happen, but I have a feeling that they're going to film the next 2 movies back to back.
Well, I think what's going to happen is they're going to do Avengers Secret Wars, then film the movies back to back after that. Because that's going to address that's going to set up a lot of themes with the Amazing Spider-Man. Because I don't think Tom Holland is going to be in Secret Wars. I think it's going to be.
I think he's
going to.
No, I think he is going to be in Secret Wars.
I think what I think is happening.
He's not going to be in Doomsday, but I think he's going to be in Secret Wars.
So they've already wrapped principal photography on Doomsday. They're going to start principal photography on Secret Wars. And I think what's going to happen, and the reason that I say it's going to be back to back is I heard a rumor.
Oh shit. Sorry.
About who Keith David is playing.
Venom?
Oh no.
And I have a feeling that there's going to be a rather infamous story that's going to be adapted.
Please
It's
no.
going to require 2 movies to do.
Sins of the Past?
No.
That's about most information. Oh. They better not.
But listen.
I feel like
I am not saying it's happening.
Right.
But if I'm just gonna say if
I don't
Keith
think
David is Miles Warren working at
Oh.
ESU, that means we're likely gonna have a Clone Saga movie at some point.
Given
the track record,
Grumps is going to California to burn the negatives if they do that.
given the track record of Marvel's adaptation of controversial stories, I have faith that they're probably going to mix elements of the elements of Clone Conspiracy and elements of Spider Island, and less parts of the 90s Clone Saga.
Oh God, I hope so. Nobody wants a movie that lasts 4 years.
Shut up, Walter. But
I do think I feel like you do. I just don't know if you do Clone Saga in live action, like regardless of like what you're adapting from it. I feel like it would be better. That would be better suited for animation. Like if we got a Spider-Man 98, like you could do the whole season as the Clone Saga. For, you know what I mean? Like, that would be the perfect avenue for that. I just don't. I mean, you can do it in live action, but I just feel like it's a lot.
A lot of nuance is going to be cut
out.
Well, and look, that's why I
definitely streamline it, but I just feel like still, I don't know.
I mean, if they're doing it just to bring like a Ben Reilly character, which I can't understand them doing that. Yeah, to bring a Ben, because you could take that Ben Reilly character and make a TV show out of it,
or spin him off in his own movie.
No, I don't see him doing an old movie because the way comic book companies think is going to confuse people. I'm not seeing a Spider-Man. No, I'm seeing a Ben. So make Ben Reilly a TV show.
Well,
to promote the movies and all this other stuff going on.
And I wouldn't be opposed to that. What I could see them doing is bringing in Kane and basically mixing Kane and Ben's stories together, where somebody that doesn't quite look like Peter Parker allows you to cast a new Peter Parker like character, and then Sony's able to then spin off and do a Kane as Scarlet Spider movie.
I mean, the only problem with Ben Reilly, you can't have Tom Holland to play both parts.
Yeah, no, I get that.
That's the only problem. But I can see them doing that.
Thanks, Siri.
Yeah. Hey, it's 10 o'clock. It's past your bedtime.
I know.
Go to bed. Okay. Do you need mommy to come give you a bottle?
Shut up. It literally says time to log your blood pressure.
But with all the news today, I'm not surprised about the move to California. I'm not. I feel that was going to happen.
Long time coming. It probably, I mean, surprisingly, it didn't happen sooner.
Pay
I
rent.
feel like they're locking in.
Pay rent in a building that you don't own.
Exactly.
Versus which is likely going to go up in the cost of it. You're already in cost cutting mode at Disney in general.
Exactly.
With all of the changes that have been made. Or you can go to the building that you own and move all these and you'll by paying all these people to relocate, because they're going to have to do relocation packages.
Yep.
You're still going to probably save money long term than what you would be paying.
Well, they get massive tax cuts in California for entertainment in the entertainment field, so they may get a little bit of tax cuts for the comic division. Not much, but and also, like, once again, it gives Disney
if they were really
oversight
smart,
with the comic book division.
If they were really smart, they moved to Austin and get out of California.
Well, if anybody's smart, they'll get out of California. What are you talking about?
Well, if they were really smart, I joke about the Texas, but like Florida would be a legitimate like lateral move for Disney.
Yeah.
Because of the tax breaks. But I'll say this.
But they'd have to move like all that stuff out there. I don't know if they, is that smart to like
they already
uproot the headquarters of everything and like put that, away from where
Disney
it
owns Universal.
You are seeing in the corporate world, you are seeing that. I mean, ExxonMobil had been headquartered in California for a number of years, and they felt it more cost efficient to move everybody from California to Houston and relocate everybody, the 10,000 employees that are over there in Exxon over to Texas.
I'm trying to.
It is happening, but it is different.
Time in Florida, Disney used to own MGM. They used to have MGM Studios there as a theme park.
Yeah.
Plus, they used to do movies. So it wouldn't be too unheard of or costly for them to move there, because they used to make TV shows and movies there too.
Well, let's be real, gents. Most of their filming with Marvel is not in California. It's in Georgia.
Well, yeah, I mean, it makes better sense to move it to Florida because they don't turn around.
Well, the problem with moving it to Florida is
the water affects you, and people get stupider.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, first of all, you got to deal with Florida, man, and then not only that, you also got to deal with like hurricanes and stuff like that. That's why they filmed in Georgia. So
it's like Georgia doesn't have to deal with hurricanes and stuff there.
Okay. By the time usually
it's not quite as bad.
Georgia, it's not nearly as powerful as when it hits Florida.
Right.
Considering where I live at, and the last hurricane I came through, and I'm far inland, close to mountains, it knocked out.
That was like a perfect storm.
I know that, but it can happen again. You can't predict the weather, but we're going to sit here and talk about the weather.
Listen, you don't got to.
We're really gotten old.
You don't got to be right to be a weather man or a weather girl. You just have to be likable if you're a guy and hot if you're a girl. That's all you need.
In order to be on a podcast talking about weather, you only have to be over the age of 25.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
Anyway, so moving on to the next topic, because we've spent an hour on this. Which
I'm sorry.
No, it's not. It's not your fault. I mean, honestly, it was me too. Let's go ahead and talk about the elephant in the room when it comes to San Diego Comic-Con.
Dun-dun-dun.
No.
Stop sharing that.
Otherwise known as San Diego, used to be called the Comic-Con. Now we're just going to talk about a bunch of movies and TV shows now.
All right.
So there's still comics there, man. Like they I'll tell you what, DC is doing like what Marvel used to do. DC's got a Batman comics panel. They've got a Superman comics panel where they're going to talk about like what's going on with Batman, what's going on with Superman. They've got an Absolute Universe panel, of course.
Yeah.
And
then there's Marvel.
I gotta say, DC this past 2-3 years have been hitting it out of the park on their they're lying with the absolute. Even I heard good things about Superman, Batman, and a lot of other titles going on. I don't hear that kind of buzz around Marvel.
Nope.
Hi, Sarah.
Hey,
And Marvel
Sarah.
is in a slump right now. They don't have. I don't think they have top market share anymore for the first time in a long time.
Like 20 years.
Mhm.
Sarah, are you going to San Diego? Let me know in the comments. So, talking about San Diego right quick, the Marvel Universe is coming to San Diego, so we're going to talk about the Marvel panels. First up on Thursday, July 23rd. Nothing on preview night, which is interesting.
Nah, preview night, they don't really do panels on preview night anymore. And when they did do panels on preview night, I remember it being like they would maybe do some like TV screenings.
Yeah.
And that was kind of it. But that was like decent. That was a cool thing. But yeah, preview night, they haven't really been doing anything.
So Marvel's Wolverine deep cuts at 11:15 in the morning on Thursday in Hall H. So this is going to be in the Great Hall at Hall H. They're just
Good
not
luck getting in. You might be able to get into that. I don't know.
You're basically going to have to camp out like first thing in the morning to get into this. But it's
a mess to get into Hall H. That should be its own thing. People have said that. That should just be that's the real
that's where all the good shit happens is at Hall H.
Well, it's where like all the TV and movie stuff happens. Well, but there's also Ballroom 20. Ballroom 20 is the other.
Yeah, that's the second.
That's like you have better odds getting into that, even though it's a slightly smaller room than Hall H. But like Hall H is just they put all the movie stuff in there, and it's just insanity to get in.
Yeah. So they're basically getting new details about PS5, Marvel's Wolverine on PS5. So it's going to get the behind the scenes look into the story, characters, and exclusive, never forcing content. Marvel talking, fighting souls behind the battle is going to happen right after Marvel's Wolverine. So it's going to be back-to-back gaming in Hall H on Thursday. And then in room 6A is going to be about an hour after the end of the Fighting Souls is going to be Avengers Armageddon. And then
a hot new Marvel event.
Yeah.
That people are sort of talking about.
Chip Zdarsky's
with a new Avengers team and everything.
New Avengers team with Chip Zdarsky writing. Marvel Rivals, meet the cast. So you're going to finally get to meet the cast of Marvel Rivals.
Finally.
Yep. That is going to wrap up the Thursday Marvel stuff. And then on Friday, the 24th, Marvel Rivals is going to start the day with Marvel Rivals Ignite the Summer. So going to be with the art directors in this exclusive panel. Basically, you're meeting the voice cast the day before, and then the day after, you're going to be meeting the behind the scenes cast. And then Marvel Comics to screen. X-Men 97 to them, they're X-Men fans because by that point, the latest episode of X-Men 97 is going to drop. So insider insights, special anecdotes, hints of what's to come.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also
giveaway comic.
Yeah, giveaway comic.
They do giveaway comics at the comic panels. That's cool.
Yeah. And then Marvel Comics' next big thing, the biggest comics panel of the weekend is here as world's mightiest comics creators take a look at the future of Marvel Comics. From Amazing Spider-Man 1000 to Infernal Hulk DNX to Queen in Black, the Marvel Universe has never been busier and more dangerous for our heroes. Find out what else is coming down the line in this can't-miss panel. Be sure to stay until the end for the discussion to score an extra special giveaway fans will not want to miss. And I do remember Steve Wacker giving away a comic 2 weeks early. It was the Spider-Man 666 Spider Island hashtag. So then we have Saturday, Marvel Comics Midnight Universe. This is the big Midnight Universe, panel. Going to be talking about that. Marvel Fanfare on at 6A, and then the big one for the entire weekend, Saturday, Hall H, Marvel Studios alongside special guests from across the Marvel Cinematic Universe for an exclusive look at what's next. So basically, the roadmap of what comes next, including likely. I would think the Doomsday teaser trailer going to probably come out that weekend.
Yeah.
Also, we know that it's by putting it out that weekend. That's probably it's going to definitely play with Brand New Day. I would think.
Yeah, I think They might do a little. They'll probably have Tom Holland come out.
Yeah, I kind of have a sneaking suspicion.
There's a thing I saw, like one of the offsite things at one of the hotels is like his non-alcoholic beer thing is having some kind of a thing at one point.
Yeah, so
maybe I'll try to go to that. I don't know. We'll see how it is.
Listen, go to that, and then I want you to find whoever you can to get whoever his PR team is. This is your mission. This is your goal.
God,
I want to get a chance as a fan to interview Tom Holland.
God, that's not going to happen.
Listen,
Adam, if you accept this mission, this podcast will explode in 30 seconds.
Listen, if you can get a picture of and I'll have Neil make a sign. We'll just have it.
I don't know if he's going to be there. Like,
okay, if he's doing his non-alcoholic beer shtick at San Diego Comic-Con, there's more than a 50.
Get a sign that says this person approves of the Spidey-Dude Radio
Network.
This person approves.
I approve of the Spidey-Dude Radio Network.
QR code to join the let's make it happen. You know what? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Okay.
True.
Marvel has 2 booths, by the way, which is interesting.
Adam, just avoid the shots to the head that you may get when you try to do something like that.
Cosplay meetups are going to be happening every single day. There's nothing. It's interesting to me. There's nothing on Sunday for Marvel.
Yeah, Sunday's basically chill out day. So
it really is. I mean,
like Hall H doesn't have anything on Sunday. I think they did the George Lucas Museum last year, and people were actually able to get into that pretty easily.
Yeah.
Well, don't they try to make one day like so you go meet artists, writers, and so on and so forth?
Oh yeah. Well, Artist Alley is always open in the second level.
They're there all the time. Like unless they're on panels, like all the artists are basically just sitting there, trying to sell stuff.
So maybe take Sunday to air out the building from all the bad PO that's going to be there.
Well, so for those that don't know the San Diego Convention Center, like the first floor is basically where all the booths are. So you got Hasbro, you've got
DC, Marvel.
You've got you used to have Mile High Comics used to have a huge.
They still do. Well, maybe not.
I think
they're definitely there are there are comic back issue sellers there.
Yes,
they're like a bunch. They're mostly in the Gold and Silver Age Pavilion, but there are definitely, there are other ones. Like there are a lot of booths selling comics, back issues, trades. A lot of booths will have deals.
You got a lot of manga.
Some don't.
Yeah, I mean, the year that I went, they had the G4 booth, obviously, because G4 was still in existence.
Gone.
Which theirs was cool because it was like 2 stories. So like the lower part was like G4, and then the studio was actually on.
Oh yeah, I think I remember. I did get a shirt from them.
I just remember seeing Olivia Munn for like 5 seconds. I remember that.
I'm sure she was burned into your retina.
I mean, listen.
Well,
I'm not wrong.
Liz is there, Dark Horse, Bandai.
Oh yeah. It's seared into my brain. That's when I had hair.
Netflix. There's a Paramount and Paramount Plus booth. There's usually a Hulu booth, I think.
I'm gonna
HBO will have one.
How did Zach lose his hair? He saw Olivia Munn and it just went poof.
No, there's 2 divorces, my man.
But I mean, looking at what's going on with the panels for Marvel here, why can't they just do all this video game stuff like a day, just like make Friday video game day instead of just breaking it all up?
I mean, they kind of are though.
It's because that way you get people to come back every day. That's why. Because you
got enough going on there. I mean, you got the movies. But
you have people
behind the scenes stuff going on. But
you got a lot of people that like they go for the gaming. Like the reason that I'm
not saying not do it. I'm just saying make it for one day.
I know, but like they want people to keep coming back.
So the drops calendar, by the way, for Hasbro, Ghostbusters is going to drop on the 23rd. Star Wars Transformers will drop on the 25th. Marvel Legends will drop their stuff on the 27th. And G.I. Joe the 28th. So just so everybody knows. As we talked about last episode, we've got the Marvel Legends series, and now these actually have the hero shots. So we got
The what shots?
the hero shots, like the studio
Oh,
shots.
okay.
So these are we got the 3-pack with Lizard and Spider 67 Spider-Man and 67 Electro. They're gonna make you buy. They're gonna make you buy two of them
to get that,
just to get the freaking meme. Which
they'll probably. I could see them.
Oh, that they're
they'll do this singularly.
They're gonna do a single drop. Like it's gonna be it'll probably be a Walmart exclusive because that's
he probably won't have the Peter head, but it'll be like they'll do like a regular thing. That looks great.
And for everybody bitching about this head, have they never seen like the freaking movie?
I have, but it's kind of that head's like going blah, blah.
That's pretty that's awesome though. Like it looks exactly like it.
It really
Plus,
does.
like I said last time, I think I said this last time, Ron will be happy about this because he always draws Lizard like that.
Yeah, he does.
I'm not saying it's bad. He
was very influenced by the 67 cartoon and how he depicts Lizard. So I'm sure he's jazzed about that.
I like that Electro figure. I like that Electro.
So it comes in like an old
Electro
TV box, which I love. And then
I had a TV like that.
Yeah, you're that fucking old. Sorry.
I'm not going to deny it. What do you want me to do? I'm not going to deny it.
It also has like the sleeve that goes over it. Now, the price is a little steep. It's $85 freaking dollars.
Holy fuck.
Like
Jesus, the TV I used to have was like $20.
Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like,
and that was like 100 back in the day.
And here's the thing about this. Other than the pointer fingers and the head sculpts, none of this Spider-Man is new. The mask holding thing, that's from another figure. The camera is reused. The web effects are reused. The web line is reused. The body of the Lizard is completely reused from the 90s show. There may be some slight like new deco on the arms and the feet because I think they're bigger, but everything else is the same. Like, like this part's not the same, but these two pieces are literally the same. These two pieces are reused. These are new. These hands are not reused, and like the new head sculpts, like everything else is I think this is even the body of the freaking like Sandman that they did on the retro card. So to charge $84 because to charge basically 10 extra bucks for all of this is highway fucking robbery. I'm sorry, it's my show. I get to.
But is it? I'm not surprised by this. With all the stuff going on pop, and also not going to be surprised when everybody buys it. Okay.
Oh, of course. And then X-Men 97, the Professor X chair, slightly different. The chair is different than the one that they originally released. This body is pinless, so it's not the exact same colors. New head sculpts for both.
What's going on with that other head there? It looks like he's screaming out in pain, or it's like, I'm constipated.
Well, have you seen X-Men 97? Like he's have you seen the X-Men animated series? Magnus! This new effect is actually also in the recent Daredevil.
Gene, get me my bottle of scotch now.
Yeah, so they redid the chair, so it is new. A lot of people are a little annoyed that this was
it's not. It should be a little bit shiny. It should be shiny, like gold plated type thing.
Yeah, well, inevitably they'll do a new release of it. They did redo the Cerebro, which
he's like, how am I walking right now?
But they also, in the same vein, they did the box like the TV. I had a TV like this when I was a kid. So yeah, so definitely pretty cool. Even the back of the TV looks like a CRT TV, which is fun. And it slips off, and this is the
God, give me my fucking burger now. Sorry.
flower power at all age. Zach will explode in 15 seconds if you make a flower joke. Oh, you're not going, Sarah? That sucks. Wolverine, please bring Wolverine. Bring me a cheese pizza. So those are the exclusives that are being sold. Ashley, if you want to try to get me one, I'll pay you back. I don't want the professor. I want the 3-pack.
Jesus Christ.
Listen, it's a disease. Leave me alone. I was going to try to look up the panels right quick.
For what has
yeah.
I'm so happy I never got into the figures and collecting all these action figures and all that stuff as far as Spider-Man going, because I would have broke a long time ago.
Let's see, Hasbro, G.I. Joe.
So
Star Wars. Oh, Marvel Legends panel with Hasbro. It's Friday at 11:30.
Okay, so Friday I will definitely probably be putting some shorts out.
Hasbro and Marvel product experts share updates on the Marvel Legends line, including a sneak peek at upcoming, never seen items, followed by a Q&A.
Yep.
I'm surprised Neil isn't here with this whole Transformers stuff.
11:30 a.m. on Friday. And they've got Star Wars and Transformers. Yeah.
You know what? I kind of wish they do like, what is it? The 12-inch color spot. No, the old-fashioned figures, G.I. Joe figures with like cloth and all that stuff.
Right.
I think 24-inch. I wish they would start going back to that a little bit. I mean, you can make it like a limited edition type things, even for like Spider-Man, all the superheroes.
Well, they've
done that.
They've done the Mego. But they're only been Disney Store exclusives.
I'm talking get with like what's his face? The guy who does the really good figures. Used to be an artist. I don't remember his name. I'm old. Yeah, McFarlane. That's the guy. Have him do actual figures.
He does their statues, like their little.
Yeah, but actually, I want him to do like the old-fashioned big figures with his sculpting. And all that stuff. I think that would be kind of cool.
They don't have a separate license for 24-inch figures. It's all.
I'm saying what I want, not what's actually going to freaking happen.
Well, because now that the license has been renewed for another 5 years. By the way, we'll also see Mattel's new DC Comics collector's line at San Diego Comic-Con, which I'm actually looking really forward to, because finally, we'll actually have DC figures that scale similarly to Marvel Legends figures, so I can finally put Superman and Spider-Man together, because
Zach, don't tell us about your kink. Don't tell us about your kink. We don't need to know about your kink.
I could not put it on the shelf with McFarlane figures, but because McFarlane does 7-inch figures instead of 6-inch figures, because he wants to be a freaking contrarian. They don't mesh well, and it's annoying as shit. Why should Superman look a head freak? Why should he look like 6'9" next to Peter Parker, who's canonically supposed to be 5'10"?
It's bigger is better.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what she said.
That's what. Yeah.
Okay. Ranting about the size of a figure.
Sorry. Anyway.
Boy, his face got all red and everything.
Shut up. It's like been my pet peeve for the last 5 years, ever since McFarlane got the license. It's like, beyond the fact that he basically just did every iteration of Batman, and then like took years to do like the classic versions of, like, I don't know, Superman and Wonder Woman.
McFarlane never liked Superman. McFarlane never liked Superman.
Of course not. But anyway, we're getting off topic. So that's San Diego preview. And wait, there's more. We've got 3 comics to read.
Wait, there's more. Order now. You get these songs by Zachary Joyner. I want my 6-foot Superman figure.
6 foot.
Okay. All right. So that wraps up the news portion of the episode, the special supersized episode. Are you going to stay on for the reviews of the Amazing Spider-Man?
Yeah, I can stay on. I'll listen to your synopsis.
Okay. All right.
I'll give you a perspective of someone that hasn't read the comics, and just based on what you guys says, I give you my grade if I would be interested in getting the book.
Okay.
How's that? I think that'd be fair. Wouldn't that be fair?
All right. So first up,
I'm
we're
a
gonna have. Did we?
I'm scared now.
Okay. I'm double checking this.
Well, the thing is, we're getting into the Aunt May has a secret child arc, so
yeah, you're gonna love it.
Oh.
Are we starting with Spore? I think we're starting with Spore.
yeah, it was like part 2 of that story, right?
Yeah. So
It was because that was a 2-parter, and we did the first part last time, and now we're at the final part of that.
Why couldn't they just call him the Mushroom King? That'd be sound a lot better than Spore the Whore.
Amazing Spider-Man versus Spore. Joe Kelly and Pete Woods on the art. All right. So we open with Brooklyn Visions Academy. We have the son of Peter Parker's boss working at the Rand Corporation. We then cut to Willy's Wonderland, where Peter is being attacked by his previously unknown best friend, aka Spore. Peter's fighting alongside when all of a sudden Kazuki shows up. And so we have Peter Parker, Brian Curdling, Aunt May, Cormac Kane, and Kazuki are the characters in the previously page. So Cormac is at the Feast Center helping out Aunt May when Aunt May, kind of like, something's going on. Meanwhile, Peter is like tripping balls because of the spores. Like it's like Peter Parker taking mushrooms, but the way the Comic Code of Authority would have come up with it. So obviously Peter's trying to fight it. He's, eventually his spider sense starts kicking into overdrive and he's able to kind of defeat it. Peter also ends up hitting Kazuki, and guess what? It turns out it's the son of his boss. Peter then gets hit on by one of his coworkers, and Peter's like, I don't know. I got to go hang out with my Aunt May. So Peter is hanging out with Aunt May and her boyfriend when Cormac shows up and says that
you can do it.
Shut up. I got a text message from a friend. So basically, he says that Uncle Ben is his father, that he did some genetic testing, and that Aunt May is his mom. Oh, too late on that. Hang on, take 2. To be continued. Is this the one that has Javi in it? In the letters page? No. Okay. So that is the first chapter of tonight's stories. We then get to issue 31. We have an artist change. It's no longer Pete Woods. It is now our guy, the man, the myth, the legend, Patrick Gleason. So after we get the tribute to Jerry Conway in the digital version, we show up to this like super villain fight club where they're auctioning off pieces of tech. You first got the Ox from the Enforcers, and he's fighting the Tarantula. They have a fight. Turns out Tarantula wins. Tarantula, who's going to make a cameo in Spider-Man Brand New Day. Peter is giving Aunt May some water, and Cormac's kind of explaining his side of things. Now, Cormac was first teased during the Death Spiral story arc that we didn't care about very much. We then cut to Digger, the one, other than Moreland, the one villain that has survived the JMS run. Peter starts fighting Vulture, who suddenly has like a weird nose and that looks suspiciously like a beak. That's an artistic choice. So then we have Aunt May kind of talking about her struggles with infertility, and that She thought that the baby didn't survive. It's kind of cut back and forth where Peter's like doing the Fight Club thing, so he's taking out his frustrations on the situation and his anxiety and stuff on the villains, and he's trying to also get a hold of Shocker's gauntlets because Shocker, shockingly, has been killed, allegedly. Aunt May talked about the baby that she saw once, but then never saw again, and then she goes behind the picture frame and finds the birth certificate. His birth certificate. So Peter's kind of struggling with it when Peter's alien girlfriend shows up, and that's how we get to be continued. So that is the second issue. And then finally, the third issue with that we're covering tonight. We would have covered 4 issues, but with the news today, we decided to go live tonight. So we open with Cormac, aka Peter's cousin, actual cousin, not just fake cousin like Ben Reilly, who also knows that Peter is Spider-Man, by the way, having a brief conversation. He's asking if Aunt May knows. Peter's like, it can kill her. Do you understand? So then he's like frustrated with the whole situation and doesn't know how he feels. He's trying to outrun his problems. So then we're back to where we started with the supervillain fight club. Peter's supervillain girlfriend, shows up, and eventually he defeats the Doctor Death like person that's we've seen throughout that's Tombstone's left-handed man instead of the right-handed man. Aunt May is struggling with the revelation of the fact that she has a son that she never knew. Dr. Death is like freaking out because Peter's space alien girlfriend can't be hurt and get the pain inflicted upon him. So eventually Peter gets back to his apartment with his space alien girlfriend, and they ate a lot of ice cream. Meanwhile, Glitch is like, I don't care, but you have a responsibility. So we then, Peter's like, you're going to have to let go of your pain. I promise. We then get to Kingsley Tower, which is Mind and Matter backup storyline that I don't give a shit about, to be continued in Uncanny X-Men. This is the issue that has Javi, good friend of the show, and his letter in the letters page. And yeah, so that is the 3 issues that we've covered tonight. That's the recap of the issues. All right, Adam, your thoughts on these 3 issues?
I don't know. They're okay, I guess. I like the art.
The art.
I like the Gleason art. I like that he's back for a little bit.
Yeah.
I just noticed like there's a little boat at the end. It says G Conway on it. That's nice. I didn't notice that before.
Oh.
Nice little tribute in the last issue. A little subtle thing. Yeah. I think this Aunt May plot is kind of stupid.
Yeah. The long lost son trope.
I mean, this is the thing is, it's like, people talk about Spider-Man being a soap opera, but I feel like there's like the idea of it being a soap opera, and then there's actually doing like soap opera stuff like this, which is kind of like, okay, we don't mean that literally, like I don't know if we need long lost family members personally. It's just kind of I don't know. It feels unnecessary to me. And it feels like it's like it's like not I mean, it's fun in an actual soap opera context, I guess, but in this it's kind of just it feels just like bad. I don't know. It takes some of the, I guess, realism that people like about these characters, of which there is some. It it exaggerates it in a way that's just kind of silly. And then I don't know. Ray is she's an okay character, but it's just like a weird novelty that I feel like also takes away from the like, I guess, somewhat relatability of the character. Like I'm reading, Peter Parker, Spider-Man, not Peter Parker, the Spectacular Space Ranger. Like I don't need him hanging out with aliens as a regular member of the supporting cast. However, we did talk about GOG, and I kind of missed that. I missed that they didn't do more with that, but that was like sort of a subtle thing. It was just like that was a little goofy thing. Like he was basically a pet. And there were like Mary Jane was kind of involved with that. Randy was kind of involved with that. There was something about that was more. It fit a little better, I think, because like the supporting cast was actually in there. Like someone made a good point. It's like, oh, like when's it's like so Peter's gonna introduce Ray to Aunt May, right? Like like I mean you can't do that necessarily. Like
it just I don't know, man. Like
it doesn't fit the book. Like if this was like
why are we writing Peter Quill as Peter Parker?
Hey, can you put a picture of this girl up, Zach, please? This new alien girlfriend, because all I'm thinking is from the movie Aliens, which wouldn't be surprising for Marvel Comics.
No, she's attractive. She has yellow skin and black hair and red eyes, but she's attractive.
Yeah, no, she's basically like a made up version of Gamora.
Okay.
She's like a badass fighter, and she's like a no strings attached.
She doesn't
love
have
interest.
She doesn't have four boobs or extra.
No, she doesn't have. She basically looks like a. She looks like a humanoid woman, with some like distinct kind of alien-esque feature, but it's not. It's she's pretty regular looking.
Do you guys really want to hear my perspective as someone who just heard the synopsis here about whether or not I'll be interested in reading these books?
I'm assuming that you're not interested in reading these books.
Well, I don't mean the way it comes out. I don't really give a shit about Aunt May. I don't.
Right.
It's a character that should have died a long time ago. My honest opinion, because it not to do the whole joke, put Aunt May on a wood chipper, then set the wood chipper on fire at the same time, so she'll never come back. It's what this shows how limited that character is now.
Well, the fact that we're like the fact that we've already had a full blown conversation between Aunt May and Peter, of her explaining her. Like him explaining his reasoning why he didn't tell her, and her basically saying, "Do you think that's so little of me?"
Right.
You dumb son of a bitch. But this is the girlfriend.
As one of the people that actually have children, how can you freaking forget that you had a kid? Okay, it's
the way it's written is that. She
didn't forget. It was a hospital mix-up.
Basically,
geez, we're going for an '80s trope from General Hospital.
Yeah. No, it really is.
It's bad. So it's like this is stuff that like it works in a soap opera because that's what it is. But I feel like when people say, "Oh, this is Spider-Man's a soap opera," it's just like characters. It's just like extreme character drama. But between characters and not stuff that's like literal soap opera tropes where like missing family members and like switched at birth and
I mean
there was a whole TV show called Switched at Birth.
I mean the whole thing sounds like, oh, I had a baby and then I just fucking forgot about it. Sorry for dropping an F-bomb. It's because it's so ridiculous.
What it was, how it's explained.
And not to mention, even if the baby died, you don't mention it to anybody.
Well, right. The thing is that we have gotten at times with Aunt May that she felt she had fertility issues throughout the history. It's just that
So this is the cover for issue 30.
Lovely.
Issue 31. So basically, that they had tried multiple times to have children, but that she had multiple miscarriages. And so when she briefly saw the baby, and they said that something happened, that the baby was stillborn, they stopped trying.
Well, this thing is...
There is a lot more of emotional story here. That
I understand. Okay, as someone that had his former wife had a miscarriage, okay, this is something that just doesn't stop coming up. And we're talking, it goes on for decades.
Right.
Okay. And it's talked and even brought up in front of children. Okay. Especially when it's like, Peter, why don't you have a child of your own? Well, I had a miscarriage. Okay. And it's, in other words, Peter shouldn't be shocked really by this. Okay. To be honest with you, because it just seems him to be frustrated, all this stuff sounds very contrived. Okay. Oh, he's frustrated, angry because Aunt May didn't tell her that she had a miscarriage. That she thought that the baby was dead, and now her find out the baby was alive, and he's mad at Aunt May or frustrated in a situation, or he decides to go beat up people at a villain's fight club. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
right?
That is a bit of an odd choice too, because that the 32 opens that way where it's like, I feel like I didn't totally understand that either. It's like he's pissed off for some reason, but it's like, okay, like I don't know.
Like, why? There's no, from the synopsis, it just doesn't, there's no why he's angry. He's just angry. What is with making Peter Parker just angry for sake of being angry?
I mean, what I thought was kind of like, it seemed, what I kind of thought it was, which would sort of make sense to me, is that like there's this new family member and all of a sudden he knows that Peter's Spider-Man. So that's something he's got to, worry about and deal with now. And that's why he's kind of pissed. But it's just kind of, I feel, to me, I didn't feel like it was explained that well.
I mean, I said this on another show in Nerd Chat. This whole new cousin / new brother that Peter got through this contrived method. It's going to be a freaking supervillain. You can see that coming a mile away. It's sort of like the best friend that we never heard of before until recently. Yeah, now he's a giant freaking mushroom. He hangs out in moist, dark places.
Basically, yeah.
Nowhere's near my ex-wife. It's a lot of what I've seen of Joe Kelly's run. There's some good ideas here.
Yeah.
But poorly executed. And without like, oh, this happened. Okay, what? There's no why. This is Peter's best friend from childhood.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. How? And he's the bad boy. Oh, dear God.
And then when Peter's hallucinating, there's a little blip where it shows like he and Brian have some kind of argument when they were kids, and it shows a burning building, and it's like, well, what is that all about?
I mean, it's with its new best friend, the new brothers, like, oh, these are going to be villains. Okay. The way you just presented them is just like you're just raising this flag that this is a villain, or there's like the new brother / cousin, or whatever you're going to call him. Yeah. Oh, he's going to die in a battle between Spider-Man and a villain. He's going to be caught in a crossfire. That type of situation. Oh, well, there you go, Aunt May. There's your miscarriage. Okay, and we're never going to talk about this again. Okay, this is not something that's ever. This is what really bothers me about Spider-Man comics now. They do these things and they say it's going to change everything forever. Yeah. No, it's going to change everything for about 2 issues.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's one of those things where it just feels too repetitive. Like, okay, we have a long lost best friend who re-enters his life just to become a villain. We have a long lost family member that comes into his life just to potentially become a villain in the
So
1000th issue. We don't know that for sure yet, but that might be what's coming. And it's like, why are we? What is?
No,
Why does his life have to be so miserable in this way? Like,
here's what's coming.
yes,
Aunt May is going to find out in issue 400.
1000.
1000. Sorry.
God, I hope so, man. Because that's honestly the thing is too is
Like,
that's another.
If really we're going to do something that's going to fundamentally change Spider-Man forever.
They have to do it.
This is like
no, because like they just in 32, it's like he says like, "Oh, does she know?" And it's like, "No," but it's like, well, like, come on.
Yeah, like the fact that we're using the same freaking excuse. Sorry, Walter, I muted you. I don't know what was going on in your background.
I was making a cigarette. I'm sorry, I forgot to mute myself.
You're making a cigarette?
I roll my own now.
Damn.
I saved about $40 a month by making them myself.
There you go.
You have a machine to roll your cigarettes?
You don't really need a machine
right.
to roll it.
Well, it's got a filter, unspoken filtered. I mean,
I mean,
this
at
is
this point.
I don't want to be looking like I'm smoking a blunt driving down the road. That's not a good look.
Listen, I mean, in some states that's perfectly legal.
Not where I'm at.
Not really. Not when you're driving, though.
Not when you're driving. No,
no, you always want to get pulled over. Cops go, "Why you pull me over for a cop?"
Texas just started like putting billboards out that have like they're green and they have weed and it says something about like.
Well, maybe I should be high.
Even high, it's a DWI, and I was like, oh,
even high, I can't read Spider-Man. But as someone that I seen the artwork on other show, and I wasn't
other show.
Yeah, I wasn't. There was even with Zach's wonderful synopsis.
Listen, I have a friend who's having an anxiety problem, and she reached out to me in the middle of the show.
That's okay. It's okay, but your synopses are still always top notch. But no matter what, a synopsis really, if you think about it, if I'm looking through a previous catalog, in order to get someone to buy this book, you have less than 4 lines. You got 4 to 5 lines to say, "Oh, that sounds interesting." Everything that I've heard sounds stupid. Okay, and I'm not trying to be mean. It's just my honest opinion is we got a long lost family member.
Yeah.
Someone gets mad because there's a long lost family member and he decides to go beat people up. He sounds psychotic now. We have a alien girlfriend.
Yeah. Who's
yellow that not going to take home to meet quote unquote mom. And some backup story that someone just said, "I don't give a shit about." Just like,
oh yeah, the backup story was, it was just a little extra thing they put in there.
There's nothing here to like for me to go, I want to know more. Okay, this sounds like something I would be interested in. I mean, there's some people who kind of like the whole drama of the long lost family member, but I'm thinking about androids from the 90s.
Right.
Okay.
I'm like, well, I'm tired of this is now becoming a Spider-Man thing. Long lost family member. And then it's like it's a fake out or whatever. And it's like, can we just kind of like it all just seems gimmicky to me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just expecting this guy to come out with a Darth Vader voice saying, "Peter, I'm your father." Okay, that's the next thing I expect to happen in a book.
Peter, I am your uncle.
It's like, come on.
Actually, it's technically his cousin.
I mean, even though I don't particularly like the character of Aunt May, there's a lot more you could do with that character.
If she knows he's Spider-Man.
Yeah, exactly.
We've been playing this fucking same one-note song.
I come on the show and 4 F-bombs by Mr. Joyner.
There's been a lot tonight.
Yes, there's been a lot.
There's
This
been
is
way more than normal.
This is not for children. If you're
I mean,
a child, buzz off.
Okay. Well, honestly, when I enjoyed Aunt May the most is when she did know that Peter was Spider-Man, because then
Yeah, that's nice. It's
there's a lot.
it's cool because then there's no more because we've talked about this before. Like the past, I feel like every new run starts since Brand New Day, basically, and like there's always some kind of song and dance of like, oh, you're disappointing me, Peter, but whatever. And then they kind of reconcile. And, that's been like the opening arc of the Wells run and this run and Spencer's run, kind of. And
I mean,
it's like, man, like,
I think I've talked about this on the show. I watched a video on YouTube called "What the Main Problem with Amazing Spider-Man," and it is that the problem is they're always trying to make him miserable.
yeah,
And that's it. There's nothing for people to go, oh, why is he carry on? Carry on. Nothing for what?
Do you remember? You remember back when I was on that show?
Yes, I remember.
You remember when I made the joke, like where I basically was screaming that all during Brand New Day, that was like, he's a loser and he's a loser and he's a loser. That's what popped in my head when you're saying this, because basically, and this has been a constant criticism, and I've seen it. I'm a Reddit mod for Spider-Girl.
Oh dear God, you're an over 40-year-old Reddit mod, and you're fat and have no hair.
I'm not fat. I have lost weight, you dick. I got diabetes. I can't be fat anymore. Okay. Why do you think I've been eating pistachios during the entire episode?
So you can get high cholesterol.
oh, man.
No, because it helps me control my blood sugar, you dick. Anyway,
But they also give you high cholesterol, dude.
well, I gotta pick the way I'm gonna die somehow. It's gonna be the high LDL or the diabetes. Okay.
Oh yeah, I picked my way. I'm still smoking. I got lung cancer. Hey, let's go out together. I'll come over and give you a secondhand smoke.
No.
Oh, God.
Listen, my dad started smoking in the house, and I walked in, and I just got irrationally pissed off last time I was there. And he's like, "What?" I was like, "No, everything fucking smells like god dang Marlboros."
Mine smells like tulips.
Bullshit.
Sure.
I believe that's when my shit turned purple and smells like rainbow sherbet.
But the point of the video was like, there is no balance to the book.
No.
No, yeah, there's no balance.
It's if you're gonna have a character, there's no reason for it to have a character miserable all the time, because every time you read that character,
every wrong lesson about Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
yeah, it's the thing is, if you're that miserable, you wouldn't be able to carry on.
There's
Okay,
there's
no,
two
yeah, you
things
can't.
that I can criticize Spider-Man 2 for: the misery point. The misery.
Happy birthday, Zach!
For the audio listeners, I did a peace sign. Like behind me.
Good God. Well, you got too many toys to play with, and the toys take over. But you can't have a character, their main character, the whole story is how miserable they are. Because it's unrealistic, because everybody needs a reason to carry on.
Yeah. Well, it's just, I mean, the amount of shit that they just like to pile on them, and it's ostensibly boring. If you're doing this, like, and this is where I'm hoping that we get new blood on Spider-Man.
And
because listen, like, respect to Joe Kelly, but I'm tired of this.
well, just,
I'm so tight. Like the misery,
because nothing says misery porn like balloons.
well done.
Well done from our comment section. Thank you, Figure. That A+ S tier. I promise I'll get you your action figures this next week.
The saying "misery loves company." No, it doesn't.
No, listen. There's two things that I feel like make Spider-Man 2 flawed. The amount of like miserable Peter Parker-ness in that particular movie.
Which Spider-Man 2 are we talking about? We're talking about Sam Raimi? Or
Raimi's Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
There's two parts of it. The other one is the scene where he lets the guy get beat up and just turns around and walks away. That one will always bother me.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't really bother me.
It bothers me from a philosophical level, because if Peter's entire belief is that he let someone get away with a crime and it affected him personally, then to let someone get mugged and him not stepping in, even if he had stepped in, he doesn't have his powers and he gets his ass beat, that is still more in character than him walking away.
Well, if that guy wouldn't,
I feel like at that point, it's not his problem anymore. Like, he's really trying to like distance. But then when it's like when there's the fire, it's different, because like that's, you know.
Well, that's what snaps him out of the funk. He's in a funk, obviously. From a thematic standpoint, I understood what Raimi was doing in the script. I didn't love that.
Right. I mean,
it bothered. I know it bothered Brad a lot more than it did me. But the problem.
Say his name 3 times, he'll show up.
This time of year, you're not wrong. Because say his he becomes Joe Hendry. Say his name and he appears.
Brad Douglas. But but even with Spider-Man 2, there was something for him to latch on to, which in this case was Mary Jane.
Yeah.
And I'm purposely not saying Mary Jane for the comic books, but Aunt May is not that character for him to go, oh, I got Aunt May, I need to be responsible, all this stuff. I don't need to be angry all the time because I got Aunt May. Let's face facts. Most of the stories in recent Amazing Spider-Man, the misery comes from Aunt May.
Yeah.
All right. He's the source of the misery. That's kind of like the reason why I want her to die, so he can stop being freaking miserable all the goddamn time. Okay. You gotta have, there has to be balance. Can you have struggles? Yes, but you have whether it be a person, a pet, or something for you to go, I need to go home because this thing is counting on me at my house.
Right.
All right.
Well, now he has an alien girlfriend, but the problem is that it's an alien girlfriend.
They want to suck his face off. That didn't come out right. That's just, I think I said on Crossbase, oh, we got pimping Peter now. He just wants to bang every freaking thing out there.
That's been a hallmark of the post brand new, like that. For whatever reason, the horniness of Peter Parker has become like this giant like itch that they have to scratch for the last 20 years. And Peter was not that horny ever.
No, he actually
had a lot of restraint.
Prior to his
he kind of had to, because these comics are written for children, and
well, it was Peter. Ever since Gwen Stacy died, he was so afraid of getting close to anybody, and it took a considerable effort for him to start dating Mary Jane.
Yeah, because he was afraid that she was basically, he's dating her, and then Harry blows up their apartment, and he's like, I can't let Gwen happen again,
Not like Gwen.
Pretty much.
But that needs to be in the book. If they wanted to do him dealing with life struggles, either as Peter Parker or as Spider-Man, you need something for him to say life is worth living. Because if you don't have that, you kind of, as a reader, you're kind of like, okay, why hasn't he put a gun in his mouth in Minecraft? Okay, it's like there is no reason for him to keep on to latch on to life other than, well, he's a champion of the people. And great power comes with great responsibility. And I'm pretty sure, just like everybody else, I think Peter's so sick of hearing that he doesn't want to hear it no more.
Yeah.
That's that. All I want to do is just get a pizza down the road, but no, by the time I get to get a pizza, 15 awful things have happened to me.
Yeah.
Then I have to get New York pizza, which is worse than anything else.
Sorry, after those big giant sneezes, I had to go blow my nose.
At least you didn't wet your pants. Hey, I'm talking from experience here.
That's because you're old. All right, so let's go ahead and give grades, and then we'll do a quick brand new day preview and
okay.
Wrap the show.
Here's my grade. I wouldn't pick up the books.
Okay.
Nothing interesting.
Waylon, I don't want you right now.
That's what she said. I'll mute myself.
All right, Adam, what is your grade?
I don't know. I'll give it an 8.0. We're doing numbers, right?
Yeah, we're still doing numbers. So 8.0 for. Hang on, gotta get to the right one. So Walter's grade is an incomplete. Adam's grade. This is up from last time. You gave it a 7.3.
Oh, really? Oh, well, that was like Death Spiral. Oh, geez. Well, that was like Death Spiral stuff, I think.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, but we did do the one. Yeah. I gave it a 7.3 last time. It's like maybe I should. I'll give it. The Gleason art is nice to see.
I am gonna go up slightly. Last episode I gave it everything a 7.2. I'm going to give it a 7.7 out of 10.
I'll give you my grade based on interest. How's that?
Okay, what's your interest out of 10?
This is hard. I would say about a 7.2.
That's not bad.
I know it's not that it's awful. There is some interesting things here, but it just seems so contrived, to be honest with you.
I think you could make what really would make this better is if Mary Jane was with him. I hate to say that, but
yeah. Hey. Oh, apparently someone's battery died. Okay.
Yep, I forgot to charge it. Womp, womp. Hang on.
Well, see, now we know why I use an avatar. I don't have that problem.
Well, listen, I have a very nice, very expensive DSLR camera. I'm going to freaking use it. Okay.
Okay. All right. I'm not saying anything.
So let's do the final shift for this.
Zach, what do you think about this? We didn't really.
Oh yeah, I really didn't get into that because we kind of got into the Aunt May thing.
Yeah.
So my thoughts are that Gleason's art's good, but this is like my least favorite Gleason art. Honestly, I don't like the way he drew Vulture.
That's kind of fair, I guess.
It's just there's just some aesthetic choices I just didn't like. This kind of felt a little rushed.
It might have been. He had to do 2 issues back to back, so
yeah, that's true.
And he hasn't really. I don't know how much. I haven't paid attention to how many interior art for issues he's been doing lately. So
I just, man, I am so underwhelmed by really after such a strong start with like that initial arc with Pepe Larraz.
Yeah, it was not bad.
I have not given a crap about most of this run. Like that and the Norman stuff, like the Norman and Spider-Man stuff was interesting. The stuff in space I didn't care about. Death Spiral was terrible. Well, Death Spiral was just patently mediocre.
And so this being the first, like the Katsui thing, I think, and we didn't mention that, I think is interesting. The fact that he's the kid that
he's fine.
He's the cancer patient, which makes.
Well, we knew that already, but no one else, like, right? That was revealed before, but Peter didn't know that.
Yeah, Peter didn't know about it. So I do, but listen, it had been so long since that
right,
because we had went on so many side quests.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like
that I'd forgotten about it, and and Peter finding out and being reminded of it. I remember, like, it's actually, like, I remember like Brad just like shitting all over the character, and then me being in the comments like, no, do you know what it actually, like, the significance of the costume and what it means? Like, there's a thematic reasoning behind it. It's not just like some random shit. Which was fascinating because weirdly enough, I had talked about that and described a friend utilizing that as an analogy, like, in the last 5 months. And so, like, I guess it struck a chord with me in that regard. The Pete Woods art was tripping balls for me. But it was designed for that. Like, it thematically made sense, but it's not my favorite artwork.
I like the spider sense thing that he was doing at the end.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Looking at that again, I enjoy that. That's cool.
Yeah. I can give two shits less about Spore. Like,
right. Yeah.
Like we've been building to this story, and I'm like, just okay. I kind of hope post 1000 we clear the slate.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we're just getting away from Spider-Man, like it's not, it's just, there's this stuff that, like, it's trying to be new and progress the character, but it's just, it's doing it in like these kind of novelty things that aren't going to matter in like a year from now, probably. I don't know. Well, who knows? But
I vote for another deal with the devil so we can get better stories.
I just
monkey's paw curls.
I just, like, the thing is all these stuff that supposedly advances Spider-Man. None of it's advancing Spider-Man. It's advancing everybody else. Like, Peter still is so stagnant as a character right now that if the characters around him are interesting, then I'm feeling it. But like nothing, I can't latch on.
There's no stability.
There's no stability.
With Peter. Well, the stability is with the alien girlfriend and the alien symbiote pet and the alien again, warlock guy. And
why are we writing Peter Quill as Spider-Man?
Yeah,
like that's my inherent issue with the entire spacefaring bullshit. It's like,
and he got a new job, but he lost it, where he's like on a suspension, and it's like,
So, like, basically, in terms of subplots that we have remaining. We have Ben sabotaging Peter. We still don't know why he replaced Peter.
Right.
That was never adequately explained.
Will it be? I don't know. We'll see.
We have the long lost, quote unquote brother. We know that, like, we know we've got to wrap up the Hell's Gate subplot. Like, that's
still have that.
I totally forgot about that.
We still got that, like, dangling in the wind.
Yeah.
And hopefully we, like, 1000 is kind of like the apex of the run, and then allow these subplots to be wrapped up and we kind of get a fresh start. But, like, I would like to see more with Kingsley. I would like to see more. The one thing I do like about these issues is, like, I do like the way that Wells writes Tombstone. Obviously Tombstone and Tarantula were brought in because corporate synergy. They're going to be in the movie.
But Tombstone's still, there's precedent.
Yeah,
Tombstone's been around since Wells' run.
But, like, I mean, Vulture, fine. I think we're getting Electro here in the next couple issues. Damage control is going to be a big kind of component leading up into 1000. I am mildly intrigued We didn't talk about the controversy about the 1000 cover. That was not a controversy, but you know,
Oh yeah, that's
Cool made
that's just that was a mess. I feel like Marvel is somehow to blame for that.
I feel like no, Bleeding Cool
What's
is
the-
not to blame for that
What-
because
what's the
they just
I don't have no idea what you guys are talking
so
about.
Romita Jr. did when they announced issue 1000, they had the Romita Jr.
Paulo Rivera
cover
collaboration cover. Yeah.
Mhm.
that it came out
Mm-hmm.
a couple of weeks ago. Marvel then announces that Pepe Larraz's issue 1000 cover was also coming out.
Yeah.
Bleeding Cool read that as they had canceled the Romita Jr. cover and that they were replacing it with the Pepe Larraz cover because people didn't like the pose necessarily that Romita Jr. did. The whole thing
There was
was
a lot of backlash on social media about the Romita Jr. cover when it was announced.
What
Yeah.
was so bad about it? When it was like doing a crotch shot or something?
no, he was just
Yeah.
kind of leaping. Oh, hang on, damn it.
Pull it up, Zach.
Yeah, because without seeing it,
It's not like where the Spider Woman controversy thing.
It's not
no,
like
it's
that.
not that bad. It's not that bad.
Okay, I just want to make it clear that we're not overly sexualizing Spider-Man.
I mean, they've done. I mean, he's had a bunch of ass shots like that. in
I guess
know,
last week
60
we
years.
got the official preview of it.
Well, we did. I kind of surprised they didn't bring up during the Marvel the backlash about the new Captain America skin for Marvel Rivals.
I didn't really see people. I just saw that people thought it was funny.
I thought it was
don't know.
freaking hilarious.
Yeah, I read it all as I think people were more just like saying, just kind of making fun of it, like in a
So this is
In a
the
fun
is
way.
the Romita Jr. Pablo Rivera cover.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
Okay.
see, Walter gets it.
Walter understands. So this was the cover.
But people are like, "Oh, it looks like it's terrible. The
It
pose
looks
is
like he's
bad,"
shrugging,
like-
and then you had a not comic influencer being like, "We won. We got the cover removed because
yeah,
he was." I'm assuming it's a she, just based. Don't hate to assume, but she was like, "We did it. We got them to take the cover back."
But why were they pissed off about the cover?
Because
because they just thought it was. They didn't like how they thought it looked bad.
Well,
Like,
because they thought it was too basic of a cover for issue 1000.
What did they want? A pinup?
Well,
I mean, it basically is a pinup,
No, I'm talking about like a
like an actual sexy pinup.
We're gonna do a cover of 1000 with Peter like in Playgirl or something. It's like what the hell do you want?
So basically, what happened was they announced like a few of the covers, and they announced that one, and people had a fit about it because they were like, "Oh, the pose is stupid," blah blah blah.
And then
Junior's art is bad, etc.
How's that one any better than that one?
Exactly. I mean, this is like, and then people are. I mean, this is like way more generic, but
well,
the thing was,
he incorporated 1000 into the.
I didn't even notice that at first.
But then,
But-
to
So
me,
what happened was,
this
like,
is the better Romita Jr. cover.
honestly, probably, yeah.
Yeah. And
Romita Jr.
Have-
in the rain.
Plus, he
I mean,
did
I don't-
he did a pose like that before, and I actually think he got the foot wrong. So that in that one, he actually did it right.
Yeah.
it's a cover. Okay.
Yeah.
For
But people are like,
1000
"Oh, it's issue 1000. It's a big deal." I'm surprised more people aren't like saying, "Well, this isn't the real issue 1000," because like they're counting 30 issues of Superior and 5 issues of Renew Your Vows. I'm surprised
Yeah.
more people aren't saying that. But
Yeah.
I
guess
really
we've
like
moved
that
on.
one. That one I really
Oh,
like.
yeah, the Gleason one. That one's
This one's great.
Chef's kiss.
I don't like this one.
What the?
I like that. That's fine.
No,
I-
dear God.
Yeah.
Look at that one.
That
Can
one's-
we stop having Peter's costume all ripped up? And he's like, I got a secret. Amount of time that his costume's ripped up, people could put his face together and go, oh, it's Peter Parker.
I do like this one. This one's Marcus Marti and like pop
Yeah,
art.
sounds fine.
Yeah.
This is teasing the
Which
Goblin.
Welcome back, Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This is by Mr.
I mean, they probably should have done that like they did with 700.
I don't particularly like that one. It's just
what I think is cool is like it's like the different the different Spider-Man by the different artists and the different.
Yeah, I know. It just looks so freaking clunky. I know. It just the center thing I don't particularly like, but that's just a personal opinion.
Ooh, look, that's the Mary Jane from. Oh God, the
Parallel
wedding.
Lives?
Parallel Lives. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
The Alex Savick one right there at the top, but on the head.
Yeah, yeah. Like I like all of this. This is a fun to me. This is a lot of fun cover because like of all the little things that are in the.
Yeah.
It's the cover of all the covers.
Yeah, it's
all
all the iconic things in the in the book.
I'm surprised they had the marriage in there. I am.
I mean, well, they had. I mean, like it or not, that's a big deal.
This is my favorite Eric Larson cover.
I like that. Yeah.
That he's the modern cover he's done.
That one's fine.
Yeah, that's okay.
They could have done a better. I feel like they could have done a better movie.
Okay, that one's funny.
Spider Horse. Giuseppe
He shoots webs out of his ass.
This is probably my favorite J. Scott Campbell cover.
That one's good. That's a good one.
They're doing a whole ass art book of all the covers that he did for the 25 issues.
Yeah.
That's a nice one.
Yeah, that's fun. I like that one. Yeah. Somebody was bitching about the fact they used the PS4 version of Kane, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Whatever. You can barely tell.
Yeah.
And then Spider. God, that's a good one.
Yeah,
oh my god, that's a good one.
McGinnis, right?
Yeah, that is such a good cover. No, that's a fun cover. I didn't know they did the fighting meme. That's awesome.
I like how they did it like Civil War kind of.
I do. Me too. Oh God,
that's a good Bagley cover.
Yeah. I always like Bagley's artwork.
Pretty good cover.
Gog is there.
Yeah, Gog is there. Look at there's Gog and Steck. I mean, this one. Somebody get this for Berryman. They've got Stegron on the cover. Not my favorite Stegman.
That's the new villain.
Yeah, this is the new villain. That's probably
Peter. I'm your brother.
Cousin.
Maybe.
Cousin.
We don't know yet, but
it's
funny. That doesn't look like Alex Ross to me at first.
It's because of the eye.
Yeah, the eye. That's not how he usually. It throws me off.
And then they found a rare piece of Steve Ditko art. So I guess the story behind this is that this was an art piece that they would photocopy and give to people that visited the Marvel offices. And so somebody
which will no longer be in New York, by the way.
I know. And so they
haven't done stuff like that in a long time. So
and they also, I guess, had repurposed this pose.
Yeah, they moved. The story is that Marie Severin moved the leg and the arm in, and it became that kind of famous poster. Yeah, they then they redid it, like Ramita redid it for the corner box in the 80s and 90s, and
I do kind of miss the web glide arm things they used to have.
Oh yeah, the underarm webbing,
yeah.
And this is just the original art with black and white. And then Muppet Show 50th anniversary.
Yeah, of course we had the fucking Muppets. Sorry.
I know Brad's getting that one. This is a local.
That is good.
Local comic shop cover. And then, I am going to try to go through each one of these covers and name every single character that's in here. This is 4 covers that Todd knocked in. And they're supposed to represent a different era. So
it's 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, and then present.
Yeah.
So
I think I can't. There was somebody that's not on here now. I can't remember who it is, but there's someone who isn't on here. That's kind of like, oh shit, why aren't they on here?
What? I see it's like all the villains.
Yeah, it's all the villains and like supporting characters.
Okay, where's Joe Quesada?
No, he's not in there.
That was they were like, oh, why isn't this guy on? And I was like, damn. I was like, Naki had one job. No, this is impressive.
It's nice that they.
There's a few like I'm trying to figure out who that is.
Who?
This one right here, right next.
That's
to
White Dragon.
White Dragon. Okay, that's right.
Yeah, from Wolfman's Run, like the beginning of it.
Senator,
the college graduation issue.
Oh yeah.
Was Stegron really a Spider-Man villain?
I think that's Mindworm, yeah.
Okay.
But I like how they've gone all out with these covers, you know, kind of celebrating the history of Spider-Man, whether it be villains or characters in there. That's
okay. Who is this guy? Who's the?
That was the guy that was like. Remember those like there was a backup. I think it was like 2 stories, or it was something that Wells wrote before.
Anti-Venom.
It was some kind of like, oh, I'm the whatever. It wasn't a big. It was just like in a backup story.
Is that the Stacy twins?
It was Knock drew it though. I remember. There was like Jonah was involved and
yeah, okay. Like this is the Inheritors.
Okay.
Yes, the Stacy twins are in there.
What the hell happened to Mr. Negative? Because that's probably the only good Brand New Day villain that was ever
He's right
out.
there. He's still
I know he is, but I'm talking about like
he's standing next to the greatest villain of all time in Judas Travel.
No, I'm just like wondering why they haven't used him.
Like the 90s, I can name everybody. Like this is Sticks and Stone.
I see they got the hentai man there with all the tentacles.
Okay, this one is the only one that I'm trying to remember. Oh, that's Miss Arrow. Okay, yeah. No, I realized who it was as I was talking out loud.
So Brand New Day, huh?
No, that's from.
No, I was kind of giving you a segue there, dude. I was trying to give you a segue.
Well, I'm gonna try to do that via YouTube, Facebook Shorts. Have some fun with it and go. So,
because if I don't give you a segue, you'll sit here for the next hour.
But
the cover controversy was like they then released the thing with the new Pepe Larraz cover, and people thought they were getting rid of the Ramita Jr. cover, and Bleeding Cool reported that they were like, oh, it's not solicited anymore, and apparently it wasn't on the Penguin website anymore. And then there were people saying, well, I talked to Marvel, and that's not true. It's still happening. And then Cebulski was saying like, oh, there was a mix-up because of the holiday weekend or something like that. And like, it got removed, but we're fixing it. And there's basically, it's a whole mess. I don't know what it was.
People creating drama for the sake of drama.
Yep. AKA. All right. So Brand New Day. We are now 2 weeks out from the film coming out. We know that it's going to be 2 hours and 45 minutes long.
I think it's 2.5.
I'm sorry, 2 hours and
2:25. I think.
Yeah, 2 hours 25 minutes. So we haven't got it. We've only gotten one trailer.
No, there's been another trailer. I thought another trailer recently just dropped.
There've been a lot of little extra TV spot things.
There's been a bunch of TV spots that
I don't watch
TV. People are saying like, oh, they're showing too much of the movie, but I don't really think so.
It's 2 hours and 25 minutes. I think we've got plenty of movie to see.
Yeah.
I mean, we still don't know who Sadie Sink is. We still don't know who Keith David's playing. Like, there's a lot we don't know about the film.
And there hasn't been anything about Keith David since that first trailer, like where he does the voiceover. So,
like, honestly, there's a lot we don't know. And the fact that it hasn't freaking leaked,
is impressive. I think that suit looks so good. I mean, the little bit where he's referencing Peter 2 made me laugh. We've seen a lot of Grey Hulk. Brad's gonna, have a nerdgasm because he finally gets Spider-Man and the Hulk on screen. My buddy Brian also gonna have a nerdgasm because of it. Brad was the one that told me about the rumor, and he goes, "If that happens, you'll die." I was like, "Listen, especially it being Keith David, if that happens, I'm gonna lose my shit." But I'm really looking forward to getting my daughter and watching it. So,
personally, I think Keith David's going to be Tombstone.
No, he's not going to be Tombstone. They have
a different guy.
The albino.
That's who I would cast as Tombstone.
Well, they actually got an albino African American.
Okay.
So, he actually already has the features for Tombstone, and he's physically imposing. So, but yeah, I'm in like Flynn.
Like I said, I'm gonna wait for your review of it.
So
with all my issues with Marvel's MCU Spider-Man,
I will tell you this. My plan is to do the review probably. I mean, I'll have on Facebook. I always do it. I'll write my non-spoiler review. But I will do my full review. I think so it comes out the 29th. I'm just kind of looking.
Do you mind a little suggestion from the old grumpy old guy?
I mean, I'm willing to listen. Doesn't mean I'll do it.
You go see the movie, do a quick review, and you do it as a short.
Oh, I'll probably end up doing something like that.
All right, that's just my only suggestion.
Yeah, I'll definitely. What I'll do is I'll do my spoiler-free review, and I'll do it as a short too.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, as someone that's watched the trailer a few times, I even watched it with my son. There's certain things that I've seen that I'm slightly interested in. The hand, it's like that's a Daredevil thing, and what's the hand in a Spider-Man movie? The Hulk thing. The only reason I'm interested in the Hulk thing is because of the idea that the Hulk knows Spider-Man is Peter Parker.
Yeah.
That's the only. That's. I mean, he could turn into a Hulk, and he says his name, and he's like, "How the hell do you know?" But I mean, we know who that girl's going. It's obviously going to be Jean Grey. That's all the implications that's pointing to with all the people mind controlled, all that. She's going to be Jean Grey.
Yeah, which I mean, that'll be the first non-Deadpool mutant that we see in these actual MCU. So I don't know how I feel about Spider-Man being the springboard for the mutant saga, but we'll see.
Well, considering the history in the comic books with Spider-Man and mutants, it does make a little bit of sense. Okay, there's the original time that X-Men went up against Spider-Man because they thought he was a mutant.
Yeah,
but I was kind of hoping that she was going to be the actual Mary Jane, but hey, I can't. I know they're stuck on their path.
No. Listen, Zendaya, now that they're married now, Zendaya.
It wasn't even that. She was his Mary Jane in the third movie. They finally they were dancing around it, but they more or less solidified it in the third movie.
I know.
They should. The thing is, they shouldn't have. They should have just right off the bat made her Mary Jane, but they were kind of trying to
not.
They were being cute about it.
But
And then it's
that is like probably the most stinging indictment about the MCU films is that they
didn't commit.
They deliberately would give people names and like visually they didn't look like any of the characters that they gave them names for. It's like Ned is clearly Gonky from Miles.
Right.
Betty Brant looks just like Gwen Stacy with headband attached. Flash does not look anything like Flash Thompson. Like
he flashed out the big glove. It's made me laugh. It's like, no, he's a jock.
Yeah, like I mean, at least they gave him blonde hair by the third movie, but like at the end, I'm like, God, like what are we doing? Like
Flash at MIT. I was like, okay, go for it.
Well, like I don't know, man. Like that such woeful mischaracterization of that character.
I mean, I really want to like the MCU Spider-Man. The introduction was like almost, I would say, technically perfect. The interaction with Tony in the Civil War, I didn't mind. I thought it was kind of cool. But then when the whole dynamics between Peter and Tony, I didn't like. And
if you treat the first three films as his origin story,
oof.
It should not. It is literally the Bendisization of Spider-Man's origin.
It's like me and my son had the discussion, and we both came to the same.
It
question.
should not have taken 3 fucking movies. Here's number 5, because I'm tired.
Do you know? Do you know what the major question I have? What happened to Uncle Ben?
I wonder if we're gonna get more of that in this movie.
Yeah, it's like
I feel like we don't really need that though at this point.
Well, I mean, there hasn't even been a passing comment.
I mean, there's been enough like small references. I mean, he wore his suit. He used the briefcase with Ben's initials on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I mean, what he says to Tony in Civil War is basically the origin right there. So
yeah. So I mean, it's just we're dancing around it.
Yeah. It's just
and then you have the Russo brothers. Like Joe Russo keeps just doing this, and everybody wants him to just stop. Like stop talking. Like you're not helping yourself. You're just making things worse by not understanding any of these characters that you are directing. Like there's a reason you're not a writer in these films. You're just a director. Sorry, not sorry, Joe Russo.
But he's a good director. That's not. Don't misunderstand. He is a good director. Not writer, but good director.
He's done a really good job in Marvel films with his brother. Mm-hmm. Outside of that, like, I don't know if they're that great of directors. I think they are a product of the system. Well, more so than they are.
But
like as much as people want to badmouth Joss Whedon now, he had a vision for the Avengers. And he had the background genre wise to say that he's a good director. But also Avengers and him and Avengers was a product of the system more so than the quality of their directing. And I'm not saying that to disparage their hard work. I'm saying that it's a truly the Marvel method of filmmaking is more a collaborative effort. Now, I am very interested because of the director they have for Brand New Day, which is the same director that did Shang-Chi. I am interested. I love the fact that he did as much as he could practically as they did.
Well, and they apparently didn't do that collaborative thing. They actually shot this like a movie for once. And that was partly because of Tom Holland working on the Odyssey. So
yeah, I mean, well, look, when say what you will about Nolan and the Nolan boys, and then the fanboys of Nolan and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. Nolan knows what the fuck he's doing.
I mean, he's an artist, like just full stop.
Truly, like truly. I don't think I've, and I have not.
I know this is sacrilegious to say. I have not watched Oppenheimer and Tenet, but every other Nolan movie I've watched, I've enjoyed.
Well,
So
Nolan, I do think Nolan, as far as how he directs, he tries to understand the script as much as the actor does. And
Well,
the problem with some directors is, okay, scene. They don't understand, like, okay, this character is going here.
The problem is that Marvel does not shoot with a full script, or they do such extensive reshoots that the original script is lost.
Yeah,
sometimes to his detriment, i.e., Brave New World, i.e.,
what's wrong with Brave New World? It's a wonderful Hulk movie.
I still kind of want to see the Captain America versus the Serpent Society, but that's just me.
Oh, that would. Well, yeah, we talked about this, but the Marvel method in MCU, as compared to Phase 1, Phase 2, and Phase 3, after Endgame, they kind of went off the rails a little bit.
No, what the part, and I worried about this when I saw the lineup for Phase 4, and I was like, man, this looks suspiciously like all new, all different.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to sit there and call it what the Comicsgate guys and gals call it, but I had concerns that
What's interesting about these movies is they seem to be more Marvel movies and less like the character movies.
Yeah.
Like even the Spider-Man movie, there's a lot of Marvel stuff happening in this. There's Hulk and there's the Hand, and
it's what
and like
what
Brave New World was like, okay, we're gonna do like all this Hulk stuff in the Captain America movie. You know what I mean? Like
what I am hopeful for is that in this film, Tom Holland gets to be your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And I feel like that by putting like Punisher, like the Hand, like Scorpion and Boomerang, and all these like lower C street level characters, for the first time since really Andrew Garfield's Amazing Spider-Man 2, we will get your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man in New York character. It's not, we're not sending Peter off into freaking space. We're not sending Peter off into freaking London and Europe for reasons. We are putting Peter in New York. New York is going to be an intrinsic part. Yes, it was in No Way Home, but that was more Queens. This is now Peter in New York as an adult. He's not a teenager. He's actually a full-fledged adult. I want to know more about it. I want to see more interactions with Frank. I want to see because let's be real, we know Daredevil's in this movie. They're just purposefully not putting him in there so he's a surprise.
I don't know. I'm not
no,
sure
I think he's in the hand fight.
Well, I think what we've seen in these trailers is going to be a montage.
Oh no. That's absolutely true. But I think like in the bit where he's like jumping towards the Hand, it's the exact same thing we saw with freaking No Way Home when you could clearly see there's supposed to be 2 more Spider-Men there in that shot.
Mm-hmm.
Daredevil is going to be in that shot.
Yeah, and
just that if he's not, I will
shave your beard.
No, I'm not doing that again. Yeah. By the way, your boy, Iceman, he's gonna get cursed by the Madden curse. So your Bears are not gonna make the playoff.
Oh, whatever. I never count on them making the playoffs anyway.
Well, they've been like this super trendy pick. Everybody's like, "Oh, the Bears are gonna go back to the playoffs." I'm like, nope. Caleb Williams is going to unfortunately be subjected to the Madden curse, and he won't be able to
to do what they set out to do.
Well, it's also the Bears. They got the Bears curse. They got the Madden curse, and maybe the curse is they win the Super Bowl, and they last time they won the Super Bowl, half the team got sold off to other teams, and they never go back.
Well, I mean, they are moving to Indiana, so.
Well, we're not going to talk about that.
All right, so.
But I wanted to say this real fast about the Brand New Day. Yeah. One, I don't like the subtitle, by the way.
I know you don't like the subtitle.
Brings up bad memories. But one thing I do appreciate, and people, there's going to be people thinking I'm joking. They killed Aunt May. I was like, yes, that's what needs to be done with the character of Peter Parker. Okay, now he opens up him available to other relationships because the focus has been on Aunt May, not so much in the movies, but in the comic books.
Yeah, I know. We lost you. You dropped off. Walter.
We lost him.
We lost the old man. While we're waiting on the old man to come back, Adam, your final thoughts before we wrap the show up, because we're at almost 2.5 hours and I'm starting.
I don't know. Interesting times ahead. Looking forward to the new movie. Excited for Comic-Con.
So next episode, we'll recap Comic-Con. We'll talk with Adam. I'll see if I can get Ashley to come on since she's going to be there. I know Chris has got his stuff that he's debuting at Comic-Con as well.
Mm-hmm.
And so we'll be talking about all that fun stuff. I do want to bring up on the Salvi Cinema Era podcast feed, we are doing a Spider Noir podcast where we're going through each and every episode, and we're also talking about the comics as well. They're about 45 minutes long. It's been me and Chris and one of Chris's friends. Oh, Walter's internet died.
Damn.
So rest in spaghetti, never forgetting the Walter. So that is, so we are now, I think, on episode 5. There's 3 more episodes left of Spider Noir. We're about to get into the Eric Larson comics that I have not read, but are terrible. So let's go through Voices from the Area. Gargoyles podcast just released their latest episode. So if you have not checked out Voices from the Eerie, definitely check that out. If you have not already, check out the Ultimate Spidey-Dude Experience. Pretty soon we're going to be doing the Slot Symposium. Episode 8 will be coming in August. That's kind of the definitive plan. We've got Clone Saga Chronicles. Show all about Spider-Man's Clone Saga. We've got Amazing Spider-Man Classics. We've got Spectacular Radio. As I mentioned, the Salvi Cinema Era podcast feed's got that. They're also going to be doing web and music whenever Brand New Day comes out. Spidey-Dude Experience, obviously, season 5. And of course, we've got our interviews like with Greg Weisman. We have our other fine stuff like the Transformer stuff. Walter, where can they find you, my man?
At my YouTube channel, that Grumpy Old Guy PNGTuber. I play video games, and every Wednesday I talk about VTuber stuff, and I do occasional commentary, but I mostly play video games, RPGs. And every Tuesdays I do collabs with my son. So
yeah. Also named Walter. Walter and Walter.
No, his name is Zero. I'm Grumps.
Oh, his name is Zero. Okay.
Okay. Just I've been streaming 5 days a week for a year. I'm actually taking a break this week for first time in a year. I'm not streaming every day. But
good.
And
listen, we took a month plus off. I had a lot of stuff going on.
Well, I also want to say this. One of my big inspirations to get to doing streaming, and he's going to hate me for saying this, is Zach. You know, and having me on the show kind of ignited the flame of, hey, If Zach can do it, I can. And I don't mean that in an assaulting way. I mean that. Shut up.
Now you know how I feel, Walter. Welcome to my world. I hate power jokes.
But it's been fun. It's been an interesting learning experience, and I've been very so. If you wouldn't mind, come to my channel, watch some stuff. If you like it, subscribe to it, and also stream
Walter,
my Twitch.
send me
Twitter.
the link. I'll make sure that it's in the description of the episode.
Well, it's just exactly what my name says.
That Grumpy Old Guy PNGTuber. Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's it.
Adam, tell people about what you got going on in San Diego.
I mean, not much. I'm going to Comic-Con next week, so
Woo!
I gotta work. I gotta work it, so we'll see what happens.
Well, say hi to Ashley if you see her.
Yeah, I'll try to meet up with her.
And tackle Tom Holland and give him the sign. Say, you got to take a picture of this.
Yes. But if you want to support us, you can always support us over at patreon.com/SpideyDude. That's patreon.com/Spidey. I'll take
having issues.
No, so they made these where they have like transitions.
Mm-hmm.
So they're supposed to be like they're supposed to flow a little better.
Yeah.
But if you've got multiple ones, it doesn't flow as well. Like anyway.
Right.
So our sensational tier of patrons: Allison, Cindy, Casey, Doug, Ed, Eric, Georgia, Greg, Janelle, Jessica, Joyce, Catherine, Kale, Laura Howard, Lumpmost, Master Dram, and Phoenician, RJ, Vanessa, Vicky, David, and Ian. Thank you for being sensational tier patrons. We have our spectacular tier in Ryan and Tara, and our VIPs, Vinkman, Walter, and Lord Eric. Thank you guys for your support of us over at the Patreon page, patreon.com/Spidey Network. We also have a new $1 patron that is, I believe, Greg Wiseman's daughter, which was really sweet of her to support us. So if you want to find us over on the socials, you can find us over at Spidey-Dude Radio on Twitter, which we are streaming live on the Twitters. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Threads at Spidey-Dude Network. And then, of course, if you've not already subscribed to us over on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Spidey-Dude Radio Network. And if you want to leave a voicemail, you can be like Walter, 818-925-6631. Leave a voicemail. It's for the entirety of the network. And so we will definitely play it on a future episode. Look, we've got Josh. Hi, Josh. Welcome to the show right at the very end. But thank you for showing up. We always appreciate good friend Josh. Josh, are you coming down to America to go watch Brand New Day? I think that was a plan at one point. We'll wait for his answer before we get out of here.
Right.
Coming to America.
Oh, by the way, I played with my son a lot of horror games. We just wrapped up Sons of the Forest.
Oh.
And I make a lot of bad jokes.
I'm sure you did.
Try to get myself banned on Twitch.
Oh. Okay. Well, let's not get us banned on Twitch. If you're watching us live, be sure to wish I'm too busy doing multiple. Oh yeah, he's got multiple Spider-Man events: train ride, 2 male superhero trainings. Yep. So he is a
mall, not male. Mall. Male super. That's how
so tired wrong. I am. I just pulled a Ron Burgundy. Okay. All right. All right. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. If you're watching us live on YouTube, or if you're listening to us after the fact, we do appreciate it. I should be catching up on the after the Brand New Day episode. I'm going to be making sure we get all the audio editions.
Oh yeah,
we're
way behind there.
I am way behind. I'm sorry, I had a lot of stuff going on. Maybe I'll talk about it in a future episode, but yeah, glad to be here.
Life of Zach. You should just have an episode just like that.
Yeah, Life of Zach. Talk about Peter Parker being a loser. That's how I felt the last month. Anyway, all right. So we'll see you guys next time here on the Spidey-Dude Radio Network. What? Wait. Hi, Josh.
Hi. Jesus.
Josh, I'm trying to end the show and then you're jumping in.
I know. I'm sorry. My timing is always impeccable.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show, buddy. Are you excited for Brand New Day?
Oh my gosh, so excited.
Okay. What do you think about the Wacker
editor-in-chief?
What?
Steve Wacker. Oh, you didn't see the news.
No, not yet. Sorry, just busy.
Steven, so CB Cebulski is out as editor-in-chief.
Okay.
Steve Wacker.
Oh, goody.
Is going to be the new editor-in-chief.
The new editor. Wasn't he already?
No, he was just an editor. But
okay.
he left Marvel a while ago.
Okay, so he's back.
So he's back at Marvel. And Marvel is leaving New York City and moving to Burbank.
That I think is probably the biggest news. That was like always a massive thing, was just like, that was one of Stanley's whole big things. They're like, oh, we just looked outside the window and like drew New York right there. So that's I think probably the most detriment there.
Yeah. So that is the news.
Mm-hmm.
And now you know the rest of the story. The only person that's going to understand that reference is the grumpy old man just now. Paul Harvey, the rest of the story.
Bro, I was born after the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie came out. So
well, if you're talking, Walter, I can't hear you. So yeah. Yeah. Just, I guess, put it in the comments, because whatever you're saying, we can't hear you.
Way to go, Josh. You just made Zach feel positively ancient.
Dude.
That's why they keep
no, if it's not Josh, it's my job. I will, when I'm sitting there and I have a 18-year-old, 19-year-old kid in my office and they're telling me they were born in 2008, that's what makes me feel freaking old.
Oh, ouch. Yikes. Yeah.
I am literally old enough to potentially be their father. That's how I feel old.
You know what the sad thing is? All of you are about the same ages of my kids.
I know.
Josh, and he's completely feeling old. Okay, I just like it when other people feel old. I feel old every day, because when I wake up, I make all certain noises when I wake up, and they're not coming out my ass either.
Walter, did you understand my Paul Harvey like?
Yes, I did. Okay.
Anyway, all right, we're moving on. Josh, what did you think about the latest Amazing Spider-Man?
He loved it.
If you want to see Josh review Spore Man, he was on the last episode of Crawl Space. So yeah. Okay. Well, we are wrapping up the episode. Anybody have any final thoughts? Because I am so tired. This was not supposed to be 2 hours and 45 minutes, but here we are.
Well, that kind of happens every time I come on your show, doesn't it?
Well, no, it was the hour.
News,
I mean, we spent an hour talking about the Marvel like moving and Steve Wacker stuff. So like that was, yeah. So all right,
if you want to go to bed soon, you better hurry up, because I'm pretty sure Brad's going to show up here in about 15
I know. If Josh is here, then Brad's going to show up, and then it's going to be devolved into chaos. All right, everybody. Good night. We will see you next time here on the Spidey-Dude.
Night. I would wave my hands, but the hand don't move.
On that note.